Thank you very much, and welcome in to Starmont for the first annual Alumni Game 2014 here as the Stars take on the Edco Vikings. Here we are on a Friday night in June, the first Friday night in June 2014, and we're at a football field. John Swisher, Jamie Vaskey, Bill Logan along with you. Kevin Shookman, the Starmont grad and former longtime Edco teacher and coach, will be alongside as well here tonight for this alumni game between Starmont and Edco. Jamie Vaskey, what a crowd assembled here tonight for these two teams meeting each other, and just a great atmosphere coming out here on a Friday night. Beautiful night for football. Not too warm. It could be a lot worse for the first Friday night in June.
Well, I tell you what, Swish, I've been to some Starmont and Edco football games throughout the years, and they bring these crowds for playoff games.
Yeah.
You know, not just a regular Friday night in June. But I tell you what, there's a lot of people here, and what a great atmosphere. You know, you've got these two teams getting together with some graduates. You know, some of them this year, but you look back and there's a couple of them that are back a ways there in graduating from these two schools, and what a great atmosphere it's going to be for tonight.
Absolutely. We have Bill Logan in his regular spot down with the clipboard. Down on the sideline right now to start off on the near side. The Starmont sideline here is the home team tonight as Matt Lee and Dave Barkley, the coaches, along with Roger Reed. Dave Millis, longtime Edco coach, along with James Rochford, the head varsity coach now at Edco. And Bill, you've been mulling around down there for the last half hour or so, talking to a lot of folks, Edco and Starmont, and the main attitude is this is a fun event and good to get out here on a Friday night, and just by the attendance here and by the pre-sales of this event, you know people are excited about this.
They're very, very excited, and the fact that they've had close to 1,000 pre-sales. You know, both teams are going to benefit very, very good from this. You know, that and Starmont get more because they're the home team here, but then next year it's at Edgewood. It's a 2-year contract that they do, and these guys stand down there in the sideline, Strawberry Point, say they've already got teams trying to sign up a contract for 2 years from now to do it with some other schools. You know, so this is a big deal, and these guys are so excited that, you know, they're down here. This guy's got a broken ankle that he got in practice one night, and he's all upset. He's ready, looking forward to next year already. Absolutely, and we actually have the a famous, besides Bill Logan, a famous person on the Starmont roster here, Chris Soules, the Bachelor, of course. If you're an ABC fan, watching The Bachelor the last few months, and he is suited up. He's wearing number 70, Soules, and you talked to some people about him, Bill. You talked to some of his star teammates earlier here tonight about him. Yeah, and they're all excited about it, and everybody's being secretive. They cannot say anything about, you know, what's happening, except it's very, very exciting to have somebody from our neck of the woods that's on TV every week, and pretty exciting stuff. And the players are all excited to be associated with it, giving them a pretty hard time in the locker room. I bet. As the Bachelor.
Is that an extra set of pads and helmet for you, Bill, down there if they happen to need you tonight? Or
well, no, the one referee said if somebody got hurt, he'd do it. And I said, well, I'll take your striped shirt then. I am not putting any pads on.
Well, you've been a referee for years anyway, Bill, so it wouldn't be any different.
Yeah, I just forgot to put the striped shirt on.
As we get set here, the lineup's being introduced by longtime PA man that has been retired for several years, Jerry Harvey, a longtime teacher here, and his right-hand man, Jim Seidel here. Both of the Strawberry Point area are here tonight. PA and Spotter back, just like the olden days here at Starmont High School football field. Of course, the event in conjunction with Strawberry Point Days going on this weekend as the Strawberry Days here at Strawberry Point. The street dance later on tonight. I know Bill's getting on his dancing shoes, and we might have to stop for him on the way home tonight for him to break those out. But we'll see what happens later on tonight about that. But the street dance going on later on tonight with Manchester boy Art Bizzle playing the music later on in Strawberry Point tonight for that. As we get set for the starting lineups coming up here, and the officials getting ready for this game. Josh Burka and his Iowa City crew is on hand for this game. As he told me earlier tonight that they've had a couple of these alumni games, and this by far is the best crowd they've seen, and what an atmosphere it is, and just a competitive game, but very fun-spirited, both teams getting a chance to put those pads on again. We're going to take a break, come back here from the legendary head coach of Starmont High School, Dave Barkley. We'll do that next year. This is alumni game coverage here from KMCH Sports. Into Starmont, the alumni game 2014. Stars taking on Edco, joined now by the longtime head coach here at Starmont, the winningest coach in Starmont history, Dave Barkley. And Coach, it's a pleasure to meet you here. And how's it feel to be back on the field here with some of the former players suiting up here in the Star uniforms tonight in this alumni game?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, a lot of these guys have been out and they get a chance to play again. So, I've been blessed. I left Starmont, this will be 10 years, and I've still been coaching at Upper Iowa, and so I've still been around football, but a lot of these guys haven't been, so it's neat that they can put the uniform on and come back out and do this. So.
Absolutely, and to take on a counterpart like Edco, the rival, the series you had with him over the years, I'm sure there's a lot of stories there that brought up the last few weeks, and practicing on Sunday nights, I'm sure some of those have been rehashed.
Yeah, I couldn't make a lot of it, during the month of April, we were in the middle of spring ball, so I couldn't get away. But I did make a couple practices, and these guys are going to go on their own. I'm just standing here, and I'm just happy to be part of it and just be around some of these guys. So, like I said, it's fun for them. We had some great games with Edco. It's just good for both sides to be able to do it. So.
Absolutely, and getting to coach again with your longtime assistant, Matt Lee, a former player for you, and now the head coach at Starmont, of course, for 10 years, as you said now. That's got to be a good feeling again as well.
Very proud that, obviously football meant something to these guys because they're back. Just proud the way the program has kept going. The football is still important in the Starmont community. Longtime coach, Coach Reed, will be here. He was my assistant for over 25 years and has done a fabulous job. To me, Roger's been the heart and soul because he's gone through changes of head coaches, but he's been the one constant. And it's just great. Matt's done a great job. And it's just fun to come back.
Absolutely. Great community support. The ticket sales up for Starmont here. So these people love their football, and the tradition speaks for itself when you talk about Starmont football.
Yep. The kids, the community, they all take pride in it. And I'm often asked, athletes today, what are they like? And they think people change. Well, athletes are still athletes, and like I say, it's just very gratifying to me that something that I spent 33 years of my life working at is still important here at this school and in this community. And you can see it by the number of guys that are out tonight.
Absolutely, and the number of these guys not ever getting this opportunity until now, and then making a tradition maybe here with this annual event, and being able to play with some of the guys they idolized at one time in their high school careers, and playing against some of the guys that they despised in Edco.
Jeremy Rummel's playing tonight. Jeremy played with my oldest son, Matt. He's got to be 37 years old. So totally played with my youngest son, Jimmy. So, I mean, it's, to see some of these old guys come back. Like I said, there's a good smattering of young kids here, but then there's some old men here, too. But tell you what, they're going to be pretty sore tomorrow morning. I'm going to guarantee you that.
But I'm sure it's going to be all worth it for the experience they get here tonight. Coach, thank you for your time. Good to see you, and appreciate it. Have fun tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You betcha. Dave Barkley, the legendary head coach here at Starmont. We'll be back right after this. Pregame continues here from the alumni game right here from KMCH Sports. Go back into Starmont. The alumni football game underway. A onside kick. Lynn Mormon, a 2003 graduate from Edco, kicking that one off as winning the coin toss was Starmont. The Stars will open up going right to left. As covering that up was Kyle Millard, a 1999 graduate of Starmont. Here come the Stars going right to left. The full house backfield. Under center, the quarterback is John Mearson. He's going to throw left side. It's juggled up in the air and then eventually dropped by Gabe Hamlet, a fullback from the 2014 class. As right off the bat, A little throw to the left side as Kevin Shookman is here, the 1977 graduate of Starmont High School. Spent 18 years teaching and coaching at Edco, so you're familiar with a lot of these faces and names, Shookman.
Oh, yeah, I know. I taught a lot of these Edco boys back in the day, and I also coached with Coach Millis, and I actually played under Coach Barkley a little bit, too.
Did you really? As there's a little toss left side, a run by Jordan O'Deffer, the 2008 version of the O'Deffers, as he now sponsored by Strawberry Point Press Journal here tonight, as O'Deffer gets a loss on the play.
Little story about the O'Deffers. Vinny is here tonight,
yes,
but because of his he's still on scholarship with Upper Iowa, could not play tonight. So Vinny graduated a couple years ago.
I think 12 maybe.
And wasn't able to play tonight because of his scholarship at Upper Iowa. But
That's
he's
right.
here and in full spirit tonight.
There's a long line of O'Deffers.
By Mearson going right side, going to throw on the run. It's almost picked off and then dropped inside the 45-yard line. 11:08 on the clock here in the first quarter. It's 4th down and 11 now as the ball is on the 49. We'll see our first punt of the night here for Starmont's offense. So for these guys, they've been practicing for the last several months, 2 to 3 hours on Sunday nights, both sides of them, and they finally getting the pads on and going against other competition here tonight. It'll take a little time for them to get used to it again.
I think it would take that much time for them to get in shape there, a few months to get going here, obviously.
That's right, as back to punt here for Starmont is number 75. You don't see that number as a punter every day. Colton Jansen, a 2013 graduate. It's caught inside the 10-yard line, scampers out to about the 25-yard line on that play.
Jason Duran with the return on that play.
I tell you, that last play we saw from Starmont on the offensive side of the ball, a familiar face for us, Trevor Hunt, almost coming up with the interception on that play. So a nice little tip away by Trevor.
That's right. Trevor Hunt, the 2010 graduate, KMCH part-timer here at the station, and an Upper Iowa senior to be in Fayette. First down and 10. Edco with the ball for the first time here tonight. 10:59 to go, first quarter. Man in motion, left to right. That man gets the ball. Going on the right side, going to be taken down for a loss, it appears, on the play. It's number 30, Colton Wegman, the running back, a 2014 graduate. So we're seeing a lot of 2014 graduates in the mix early here around the ball.
85 degrees. I think who's gonna be in shape here?
That's right.
I tell you what, the quarterback is a left-handed quarterback here for Edco, and that's Cole Wegman. I tell you what, I've played softball against Cole, and he's got an arm, so we'll see if they air it out here.
As here we go on a short gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Fake handoff, now rolling out. Wegman's going to throw left side. It's incomplete. Dropped by Jason Duran, the 1996 graduate, running back for Edco High School.
If I'm not mistaken, Duran had a successful college football career down at Co.
As Jason Suni Duran, yes indeed, a Co football player. We talked about 96 graduate, works at Rockwell Collins now. 3rd down and 9. Ball's on the Edco 27-yard line. 10:15 to go. Quarter number 1 here in the Edco and Starmont alumni game. The first annual. There will be a second one for sure next year with a 2-year contract with Alumni Football USA, the company out of California, helping to put this event on. Shotgun. Wegman looking left, now looking middle, avoids a tackle, mishandles it, throws it over the middle. He was looking to throw and then gets hit from behind as number 69, Kyle Millard, the 99 graduate of Starmont, came and wrapped him up at the knees there, making that throw incomplete. And we'll see another punt here on a 4th down and 9.
That's good pressure for Starmont. These guys look like they're in great shape.
Yes, indeed. And we mentioned the weather conditions here. Game time temperature 82 degrees, feels like 79, humidity 42%, winds out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour. Here's the snap to the punter. It's booted away by Jason Duran. And back is number 3. That's Jordan O'Deffer. He juked the defender off and running out inside the 40-yard line. Going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So nice return there and a little juke move by the 2008 grad, Mr. O'Deffer there.
And a great career he had up here at Starmont. I know he was right up there with the leading rushers in Starmont history.
Yes.
I'm not sure, did Vinny end up taking
Vinny
that
did.
record? His brother took the record
he
from
did.
him. So, a great career up here. Michael O'Deffer was up here as well, a great running back. I think he might have had the record before Jordan, and then after that it was Vinny. So.
I believe there was at least 12 years of O'Deffer playing Starmont football, at least.
Yes. As here is 3 receivers set on the far side. 1st and 10 for the Stars. Hand off to the fullback right up the middle, and he bumbles his way up for a yard or 2. Big number 45, Levi Kepler, the 2009 graduate from Starmont.
Neither of these head coaches were known for their passing games, Coach Millis maybe aired it out a little bit more than Coach Barkley. But Coach Barkley's known for the 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
That's right. Both like to grind it out on a 2-yard gain there. 2nd down at 8. 9.5 to go. Quarter 1. Little pitch to the running back. O'Deffer. He finds the hole on the right side. Gets another gain of a couple. As wrapped up in the middle there by the Edco defense.
I think looking at these 2 rosters, I think the oldest graduate here is a graduate of 1990, and that is. I had it here just a little bit ago. Dennis Wegman, and of course his son Colton is playing tonight as well.
Dad and son combo there.
Father-son combination here tonight. So he is the oldest of the players listed on our 2 rosters tonight.
The second oldest, the oldest for Starmont, is Shane Paris, a 1991 graduate.
Oh,
here is a tackle in the backfield, as taken down back there. The tackle by number 81 for the Vikings, Josh Steger, a 2001 graduate. As he wrapped up the ball carrier that time, it will be 4th down and 10 as the ball's on the 43, 8:30 and counting here to go in quarter number 1.
Steger pretty much pancaked that guy in the backfield, got him from the blind side, and just flattened him.
Another punt formation here. As on the 30-yard line, it's a fake punt. O'Deffer keeps it, runs. He's going to get tackled inside the 40-yard line. And it will be Edco taking over with great field position here as they will get it 1st and 10 at about the 39-yard line as a tackle that time by 72 Kyle Wegman, the 2000 graduate of Edco.
What really turned that play in was Josh Steger was outside of the end position, defensive end, turned that in. It really did a good job.
So here comes the Edco offense again. 1st down and 10, 8:11 to go in the first quarter. Officials here tonight, Iowa High School officials, Josh Burka's crew out of Iowa City, Joe Larea, Mark Hewlett, Mark Callahan, and Shane Bukite. Shotgun formation.
New quarterback.
New quarterback it is, throwing
Brady.
Left side. Mitch Brady, the 2011 graduate, out there, completed pass, and they get a 1st down to number 5. That's Trevor Hunt, the 2010 graduate, representing KMCH well. The old wide receiver, Mr. Hunt, gets the first down of the ball game.
Got a nice spin move there, picked up another 6 yards after that, so a great reception and tickled the sideline.
We usually just see him sitting in the studio chair. We didn't know he had it in him.
We hear him. We never see him doing anything. Here's a 4 receiver set to each side. Shotgun formation. There's a flag on the play. Throwing over the left side, almost intercepted by Willie Harold, a 2008 graduate of Starmont. As that hit his hands and dropped to the ground, we have a flag from the head referee, Mr. Burka. It appears he's going to call the illegal shift here. And it will be called on Edco. And Scott Arthur, the 2000 running back, having a word with Mr. Burka about that one. Wanted to know what happened there, and the legal shift called on the Vikings. Talked to Dave Barkley in the pregame. The longtime head coach, spent 25 seasons here at Starmont, 162 wins and 73 losses. One of the coaches on the Starmont staff, along with current varsity head coach Matt Lee. Roger Reed, longtime assistant, has not arrived yet from up at the North Fayette Valley softball tournament. As Coach Reed's his head softball coach. There is Brady going inside the 35-yard line, getting wrangled down by the Stars. As Wade Brooks, the 95 grad, and also Nathan Seedorf, number 68, the 2011 graduate for the Stars. Helped make the tackle that time. 7:20 to go here in this first quarter. Still no score from the Alumni game.
What skill do you think is the most difficult for these guys to get back? You know, is it pass blocking?
Here's a shotgun. We'll talk about that here. There's a throw left side up in the air. Almost caught it. Pinball around off of the defender and the intended target there on the far side. As intended on the coverage there was number 20, Jason Klett. Intended for Wegman?
Yeah, intended for Wegman. Wegman is right at the far left pylon.
It's 3rd down and 13. Shotgun here for Brady. One in the backfield, 4 receivers set, 2 each side. Looking up the middle. Now he's going to run and tackled right on the 30-yard line by number 59. There's Wade Brooks again, the 95 graduate. With Jamie Tashuki's question there, what do you think?
I don't know. I tell you what, especially I would say it'd have to be on the line somewhere.
Probably,
you know, that's you talk about in high school and in college in the pros. That's the trenches they call it. And I tell you what, you're really working hard down in there. So that would probably be one of the toughest spots.
Bill Logan down on the Starmont sideline. Let's hear your input on that, and maybe you can get some comments from the players of what it has taken here and to get back out of it. What's been the most hardest thing for them to adjust to?
Oh, I'll go ask some of them guys. To me, it's just being out there inside the sideline. Yeah. Any place out there, I don't care where it is, it's tough.
There is a throw right side, fighting for the ball.
Incomplete. Almost
intercepted and dropped as it was intended in the end zone there for Scott Arthur, I believe, as picked off, almost picked off by number 12, Derek Weber, the 2008 graduate of Starmont. And now we have a water break, officials timeout for water here, just like early games in the fall season and late summer. You get those official water timeouts, and here on an 82-degree night, you need it right here for these guys. And they've played their hearts out here for the first almost 6 minutes in this ball game, 6:13 to go, and here in this first quarter.
Well, they got their helmets off. They don't look like they're panting too hard, so they must be in some pretty good shape.
Absolutely. As Starmont, we talked about their tradition, 14 playoff appearances with Strawberry Point and Arlington. All combined, Starmont has 14. They have a record of 7-14. Their best finish was in '99 in Class 2A with a second-place finish for head coach Dave Barkley and company.
You know, for the longest time, these two teams had the state record for overtime games.
As Bill Logan down on the sideline, do we have our first interview, Billy?
Yeah.
You're good.
They've tried to decide that maybe they should have played this on the first Friday night before high school started. Then they also thought maybe they need to turn the heat up a little bit, too, because it's not quite hot enough for their taste.
I'm sure those are the sentiments coming.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. We are
100% the gospel truth down here. But you know what? These guys aren't really huffing and puffing as bad as I thought they would.
Yeah, like Shooky said, it doesn't look like they're panning too bad.
They're all pretty darn good shape down here and enjoying this immensely.
Let's talk about it tomorrow with them again. Give them a call after tomorrow morning, see how they've handled it.
Give them a call and see how they're doing.
Like Coach Barkley said, there's going to be a lot of sore muscles tomorrow for these older players. First down and 10 under center. Edco now going, Starmont, I should say, going right to left. 6:10 and counting, first quarter. Here's a pitch, right side. Running back Isaac Odeffer. Another Odeffer gets in the mix. The 1995 graduate there as he gets a gain of about 6 or so and tackled on the far side by number 43 for the Vikings, Glenn Mormon, the 2003 grad. As here comes Starmont. Gain of 6, as I said, second down and 4. Ball's on the 35, 5:35 and counting here in the first quarter. Here's a handoff, right side. This is Dylan Paris getting through the right side and getting the Stars first down of the night. Paris is a 2014 grad.
Some pretty good blocking in the front line up there for Starmont.
And the crowd getting into it. We talked about what a great crowd on hand here tonight. They're lined up all the way around the fence line, all the way to the concession stand. If you're familiar with the home side here at Starmont, the bleachers are packed. They're also lying down the left side of the press box. So you're facing the field down the fence line. Huge crowd on hand here tonight at Starmont for this first ever alumni game between these two teams. Gabe Hamlet, the fullback, gets the ball that time, the 2014 grad, as tackled, wrapped up by Jason Duran, the 96 Edco grad that time. 5-10 and counting here in the first quarter. No score from Starmont. 2nd down and 6 for the Star Alumni.
Yeah, this crowd is probably bigger than any district football game that we've seen. Any playoff game.
We've done
a bunch. It's just huge.
Yes, indeed. Edco on the far side, their bleachers are pretty much packed, and they're lined all the way up and down the fence line. There is a run off the right side, and the second first down now for Starmont.
To give you an idea, they're parked over at Maryville. They're walking across Highway 3 to get over here.
How about that, as Isaac Odeffer, the ball carrier again, the second first down of the night for the Stars. Tackle there by number 44, Dennis Wegman that time.
The veteran of the whole team.
That's
both
right.
Teams.
The 90 grad. First down and 10 now. Ball's on the 43. 4:40 and counting. Quarter number 1.
They just had, as you saw, one of the helmets came off, and he has to come on the sideline. So that's one of the rules out here tonight, that maybe if you need a break, just take your helmet off.
There's a handoff. Left side, this is Paris running and getting all the way inside the 30-yard line. The third first down of the night for the Stars offense, and they've really got things clicking right now.
Yeah, they're going to shoot an off tackle both sides here around the outsides. They can't run up the middle, but they're starting to really close in on those ends.
Trevor Hunt and Glenn Mormon collectively on the tackle that time. Another first down, as we said, the third of the night for Starmont's offense. Ball's on the 29 now. 4:15 and counting first quarter. Under center is the quarterback Mearson. Little flip toss left side as he had pressure coming.
Penalty marker down.
Here's a flag on the play as the running back was Odeffer. He gets sandwiched out of bounds. A couple Edco defenders there, and we'll sort out what the penalty is. We had one penalty earlier. It was on Edco.
Holding penalty against Starmont.
So the first penalty for the Stars now. So the penalty department is even up at 1 with 4:05 to go here in the first quarter.
And that was a late holding call because they already had probably picked up a good 7-8 yards when that hold was count.
Here at the Starmont Edco alumni game at Starmont High School football field. John Swisher, Jamie Vaskey, Bill Logan, Kevin Shookman, glad to have you along here tonight. First down at 18 after penalty, 36-yard line. Here's a fake handoff. Mearson rolls out. Going to throw right side. Has a man there and dropped. That's Dylan Paris coming out of the backfield. Got up in the air, ready for that one. Hit him in the hands and fell to the grass line. Number 25 providing the pressure on that one. That's Kelly Anderegg, one of the other veterans on this team. A 1993 graduate for Edco.
That's one of those hits that's going to hurt in the morning. That one is right in the breadbasket. That one is going to ouch.
So second down and 18 from the 36-yard line. 3:43 to go. Here in the first frame. Here's a handoff to Jordan Odeffer. Goes right up the middle. Gets a few yards back for the game. As the tackle that time by Travis Luffelholtz, the 2008 graduate.
You know, as we were walking up here tonight, I mentioned to Bill, him being on the sideline. These guys aren't high schoolers anymore, so if they run into him on the sideline, he's going to feel it tomorrow. But he thinks he's quicker than these guys.
Yeah, he's hoping the speed factor comes into play there. He's giving himself a lot of credit, isn't he?
Way too much credit for sitting down here. These guys are bigger than they were in high school, too, and I don't think they've lost a step. This is amazing down here.
Third down and 13. Mearson, the fake handoff to Odeffer going right to left. He keeps it right up the middle and is tackled by Edco. Number 50, Luffelholtz again on the tackle, so 2 in a row for him. 2:50 to go, first quarter. Got a tight game here. Starmont and Edco, the Stars controlled the series for the most part over the years. As we take a look at the last 7 meetings, the last win for Edco came in the high school series, 26-22 win back on August 31st, 2007, as Starmont has rattled off 6 wins in a row in this series at the high school varsity level.
Looks like they're going to go for it here.
They are. 4th down and 14. Mearson under center. Pull out, handoff, left side. O'Deffer running, keeping it, and he'll be dragged down and pushed out of bounds right to near the 30-yard line. Tackled by Jason Duran that time. As Mormon, I should say, Chad Mormon, the 1998 graduate there. As Jordan O'Deffer has got a majority of the carries so far here, the 24-year-old. He graduated from Starmont, as we talked about, in 2008, Upper Iowa University in 2012, where he played football. He currently resides in Strawberry Point, employed at Terraland as a crop consultant and also farms in the area.
You know, it's interesting for these guys is some of these guys have got sons that are playing football right now.
That's right.
It's going to be a legal procedure or a legal shift. Got a couple guys moving there.
Yeah, penalty again on Edco. That'll be their second of the game. Yeah, 2:04 to go here in the first quarter.
I don't know if that snap was a good snap or not. A lot of guys were kind of jumping around a little bit. It wasn't real sharp.
And Cole Wegman back in at quarterback here for the Vikings.
Cole Wegman, one of the Wegman brothers, his brother Kyle, a 2000 graduate. Cole, a 1998 graduate, works at Dwayne Arnold Energy. So we'll be on Edco. That'll be a first down at 15. Ball's on their own 25-yard line. 2:04 to go here in quarter number 1.
You know, both these class schools have jumped around classes. You know, originally they all both played out of the Tri-Rivers, and then you started going to the classes. Starmont's 2A for the longest time. Edco was 1A. Now you're dropping down 1A, you know, and then you get down to the A's.
Here is a handoff left side, getting out there, turning the corner, trying to anyway, is Scott Arthur. He's taken down by the Stars after a short gain on the far side.
Arthur was known for his hard running. He always leaned forward, and I don't know if he got 1,000 yards for Edco, but he was awfully close. You know, they really went to him a lot in the years that he was his junior and senior year.
The 2000 graduate Scott Arthur taken down by Trent Moeller, the 2010 grad from Starmont that time. Scott Arthur went to Wartburg and played college football for the Knights. Currently works at Rockwell College. Here's a second down and 11. This will be a handoff right up the middle, trying to go left hash and not getting very much as Starmont's defense collapsed down.
Duran on the carry.
Duran on the carry, thank you, the 96 graduate. The banner fell down, huh?
Was it the heat or the humidity there?
Thank you.
Third down and 11 as we wind ourselves down here in this first quarter. We're scoreless here in the Alumni game. Starmont and Edco. Edco has the ball going left to right. Third down 11 from their 29, and they're calling a late first quarter timeout here as Cole Wegman, the 98 graduate, makes the call, as will be our first timeout of the night. We'll take a quick one, come back and finish this first quarter, as this is the Alumni game. Edco and Starmont, no score from Starmont High School football field. We'll back after this from KMCH Sports. Back into Starmont High School football field, rolling out is Wegman, going to throw deep on a third down. 11 has a man caught at the 35-yard line, rolled all the way to the 30. As the coverage by number 12, Derek Weber, but number 81, Josh Steger, the 2001 graduate, with the great catch with a defender all over him that time and made the terrific grab.
Steger actually was holding off the defender with an elbow with the right hand and just reeled that ball on his breadback with his left hand, then spun around and got a couple more yards.
Josh Zippy Steger, 2001 graduate, currently works at Kendrick's Forest Products. As Steger was one of the players on the 2001 playoff team for Coach Rick Meisner and Edco.
Scott Arthur on the carry there, and I tell you what, Trent Moeller came up and put a big hit on him. You could kind of hear the crowd get into that one.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm not sure if with the crowd saying "ooh," if that's because it was a good hit or that one he'll feel that one in the morning.
I think there's compassion. I think compassion's just pouring out from the crowd. These guys are going to hurt tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. We'll take another break. A short game there. It'll be 2nd down and 7 after we come back. As a fresh 12 minutes on the clock, we'll be back after this to start the second quarter. This is the Starmont Edco alumni game from Starmont High School right here from KMCH Sports. Back into Starmont. Cole Wegman with the quarterback keeper, taken down in the backfield by Dustin Boardman, the 2010 graduate of Starmont High School. As Edco now has the ball going right to left. 11:57 to go here in the second quarter. 3rd down and 12 as the ball is on the 32-yard line. No score yet here in this ball game.
Loss of 5 on that last play there as it was 2nd and 7. Now at 3rd and 12 here from the 32 for Edco.
As Wegman hands off right side.
Ball's on the ground.
There's Olinger.
I think he picked it up though.
On the right side, Olinger able to get it back, and he is taken down right near the line of scrimmage. Paul Olinger, the 2014 graduate, of course. This is his second to last football game, of course, as he'll play in the Shrine game a little over a month from now, July 26, up at UNI. As Olinger, tremendous athlete for Coach Rochford and company the past few years on the Edco varsity team.
It's always a big honor, and, you know, the guys get to see what charity's really about. You know, it's not just about playing football, but, you know, it's an awfully big honor for them.
4th down and 16. Ball's on the 36-yard line. Not really in a punt formation here. They look like they're going to go for this one here. As on Starmont's 36, just under 11 minutes to play, second quarter. Wegman's in shotgun with the man in motion going left to right. Getting the snap. Wegman going to throw deep down the middle of the field. Has a receiver there, but 2 defenders right on him. Over through the intended target, Scott Arthur, or Duran.
Jason Duran.
Duran, the 1996 graduate.
Mitch Baumgartner had a really good angle on Duran. Duran couldn't outrun him.
1st down and 10 now for Starmont as they take over on downs. 10:45 to go. Second quarter. As the Starmont offense comes back out, they have 3 first downs already. I believe Edco has 2. Bill, am I right on that? What the first down scenario? Exactly right, thank you.
What do we even have him for down there if you're keeping all this stuff?
Well, he's my security blanket. Here's a handoff right back up the middle, going left side. That's Jordan Odeffer. Running on the sideline. And you can hear the Starmont faithful. That's going to be the first score of the night. Touchdown, Stars.
That play was off an inside trap right up the middle, something that Starmont's done for years.
Jordan Odeffer, the 74-yard touchdown scamper, and the Star Alumni are on the board. 6-0, 10:33 to go here in the second quarter. Let's go. 64 yards there. Jamie got happy with the finger on the wrong number that time. 64 yards. Bill was right there to correct that, huh?
Yeah, careful there. 64 yards and nobody's needing oxygen yet. See that? Everybody's still standing. Everybody's still moving.
So far.
You sound like you're huffing and puffing a little bit going to the other side of the field.
Knew that was going to happen with one of those Odeffer boys tonight.
Bill just gets in shape for Fridays in the fall. He's not used to running the sidelines in June.
Sit in the press box and do double headers. You just sit there. This is kind of, I got to get ready in shape like these guys.
Yeah, and you do short double headers this summer so far. And the extra point was no good, I believe.
Yeah, no good.
10:33 to go here in the second. Another timeout coming. 6-0 Stars jump on the scoreboard here in the Alumni game. Back after this from KMCH Sports. Along with in-studio producer Abby Becker back on East Main Street in Manchester. John Swisher, Jamie Vasky, Kevin Schuchman, and Bill Logan along with you from Starmont High School football field. Starmont leads the Alumni game over Edco 6-0, 10:23 to go here in this second quarter. And a return by Scott Arthur puts the ball at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings going right to left.
Okay, I'm starting to see guys coming out with a hand in here saying, hey, I need a sub. I need a sub. You know, they're not coach-oriented subs now. They're starting to get a little bit winded.
I think Coach Lee just called a timeout here.
He's going out to have a word. He's walking all the way out in the middle of the field, going to have a word with the Starmont players. As Coach Lee taking over in the 05 season after Coach Barkley called it done after 25 years in 2004. We talked about Starmont's playoffs, 14 of them, 82, 83, 85 in Strawberry Point. And they become Starmont of Arlington, 93, 98, 99. Second place of 2A, as they talked about, 2000, 04, 05, 07, 09, 2010, 11, 12. And for Edco, 3 playoff appearances, 01, 05, and 06.
They were actually Starmont. It's just where that was all Starmont, actually. It was what they did was they changed the address.
They changed the name?
They changed the address. No, Starmont used to be Strawberry Point address, and now it's Arlington address.
So it's the address.
It's the address change is why you see 2 different in the records.
As a hand from the crowd there. For something. Bill Logan, maybe?
Maybe Bill. Bill's playing dumb. I think it was for Bill.
Bill just tipped the crowd, huh? Tipped his hat to the crowd. 1st down and 10. Here we go, up the middle on the right hash. Running into a wall of Starmont defenders. As the Edco running back that time. Colton Ryans, number 46, a 2008 graduate of Edco High School. Brings up a 2nd down and 9 now, just under 10 minutes to go, second quarter. 6-0 Starmont. They got on the board. 10:33 mark here. So just a couple minutes ago with a 64-yard run by Odeffer. And there is a pass incomplete, thrown out near the 40-yard line. Broken up by Tristan Evans.
I would suggest that I would say that almost 90% of the guys playing here were probably all district at some point in their careers.
That's a safe bet, a good majority of them.
So a lot of these guys are names that are familiar if you ever listen to KMCH broadcasts of these guys. A lot of them. Oh, look, didn't even want to tackle him. What's he doing?
There is.
They're dancing. He didn't want to hurt him.
The quarterback, Brady, getting taken down all the way inside the 20-yard line.
That was kind of funny. I think Nathan Sadorf, I think he was negotiating, saying, hey, listen, I don't want to hit you. Why don't you just drop? Just drop. I don't want to hurt you.
As 9:15 and counting here in this first quarter. 6-0 Starmont the lead. Edco.
Duran back to punt for Edco. A couple guys deep for Starmont is Jordan O'Duffer, and I believe Tristan Evans is the other one.
The punt is away. It's going to bound down at about
Jordan's going to pick that one up.
Yeah, touched at the 45-yard line by the Starmont player, and then O'Duffer is taken and it gets taken out of bounds on the far side. 8:47 to go, quarter number 2. Steger with the tackle that time, the 2001 grad of Edco. And here comes the Starmont offense. Be a 1st and 10. Ball is on the 47-yard line, going left to right here. Stars already leading this game, 6-0 with 8:47 to go, quarter number 2. Full house backfield, under center is Mearson, the quarterback. Hand off to the second man through. Wrangling his way all the way up inside the 40. You do have a penalty marker on the play.
And a nice push there by Willie Harold, taking that ball and coming through, but it was on that far side, so about the vicinity of holding here against the Stars.
Looks that way.
Appears to be that, as I believe that will even us up in the penalty department now at 2 apiece. No,
it's going to be
wow, legal use of hands
against Edco.
Yeah. So it does not even us up. 3-1 on the penalties I got them.
That's an unusual situation to see that in with a rush like that. Usually that happens on a pass play, but
illegal hands to the face is the call.
Oh, there we go.
Illegal hands to the face. Thank you. As Starmont go all the way to the. Looks like they're spotting the ball on the 29-yard line. So great field position here for the Stars to tack on to their lead.
I don't want to date Coach Barkley, but I believe that his first year as an assistant here at Starmont was 1974, which this would mark the 40th anniversary of that. Which,
we're going to have defensive player jump as Gus Moorman jumped early for the Vikings, unless he was provoked there, but I think he just came across and couldn't get back set before the play came.
Oh, wouldn't you like to see some name calling with men out there on the field, huh?
Yeah.
Do we have security here? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we have some of Delaware County's finest.
Oh, you think they're going to be able to stop these guys?
Pulled in a little bit ago. Well, they might have left again. I'm not sure if they're still here. But
they said,
and the quarter of the night coming off the sidelines here. Most of the time you'd want to say, get them water, get them water. They're coming off, need air. Need air. I haven't heard too much water here. It's more air.
Mearson with the handoff to Jordan O'Deffer goes up. Now the right side. Finally taken down at about the 15-yard line.
That's that big inside trap again. Starmont has done that for years, and apparently brought back a couple of guards that can pull pretty well. So that's their big yardage here tonight.
And Glenn Moorman bringing him down on that play as they're going to mark that ball at the 15-yard line. So Starmont moving again. They're already up 6-0 and looking to push here and get another score here before we head to the halftime.
First and 10. For the Stars, 7.5 to go here in the second quarter. Mearson under center. Get a handoff. First man through. He is wrapped up right away, now taken down as Nate Hamlet, the running back, 2011 grad of Starmont, taken down there by a couple of defenders as Tyler Hackbarth, the 07 grad, involved in that play. So 7-10 and counting here. They call it no gain.
Right, no gain. Second and 10.
Second down 10. Ball still on the 15-yard line. It's an I formation here. Mearson under center. Stars offense going left to right. Fakes the handoff. Little option pitch. Pitch is out there. It's deflected by an Edco player. It's on the ground and recovered by Starmont. And getting that ball is number 33, Isaac Odef, for the 95 graduate. As he had a couple Edco defenders right on top of him as he corralled that ball in.
Probably got a little bit too close turning it up there, reading the option, and then the wall closed behind him, and as he was going down, he probably thought, I better try to pitch this out, and it just didn't work out.
So loss of 2 on the play, 3rd down and 12. Ball's on the 17, 6:15 and counting. There's a fake handoff. Mearson rolling out. I'm going to try to throw back across the field. It has an Edco player right there.
Isn't it?
Should be a live ball. And getting on that ball, it goes out of bounds. Did they get on it before it went out of bounds? No, I don't believe so.
Well, Starmont recovered. Colton Jansen got over there for the Stars and fell on it. So it's going to be 4th and a mile here for the Stars.
And the way they're spotting it, it was a lateral. So they did lose yardage where the ball did go out of bounds. So it was not an incomplete pass.
5:33 to go.
Fourth and from Strawberry away, right, Switch?
Yeah, 4th down and a cab ride to Strawberry. 5:15 and counting here in the second quarter. 6-0, the lead by Starmont. And here we have whistles and a timeout for Starmont. Coach Lee talking things over here.
well, they're having a little hard time trying to figure out who's supposed to be out there. And a deal like this, I'm surprised there hasn't been more penalties.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there hasn't been, more plays that just look like they should be on the Friday night follies. Type stuff. I mean, this is pretty organized. I mean, I'm very, very impressed because you just get a bunch of guys together. Well, Starmont's been practicing for 3 months, but even 3 months, some of these guys haven't played for 20 years and coming out here and they're playing awfully, awfully, awfully well. And some of these guys, I tell you, there's not a lot of huffing and puffing down here. Most of these guys are in still pretty good shape.
That's a good point. One of the main things, communication, getting back on the same page. Both of them had some practices, but actually in live game situation, that takes some time. They've both done a pretty good job of it tonight.
Well, one big thing you look at, the fact that Starmont, Coach Barkley and Coach Lee's pretty much taken Coach Barkley's playbook and just adopted, maybe opened up things a little bit more. But by and large, they've always run that power I. And Coach Millis, has had a big influence on the other coaches at Edco.
And Coach Millis back on the staff as assistant the last couple of years with Coach Rochford and Edco. So they both are coaching just like they do in the fall together. This ball is punted up in the air. It's going to bound down at about the 20-yard line, bounce backwards where it's touched dead by Starmont.
And I think this organized play is going to keep the crowd involved. Nobody would want to come out and just watch a bunch of guys run around and not know what they're doing. I think the way they did it is the best way to do it, and actually have like practice for 3 months. That's huge and made it and it looks like great football.
Well, this is an organization. This is a .com. This is not just a couple of teams going, hey, let's play a little football. This is well organized. They know what it takes to get these guys in shape. They know they're old. That 3 months, that's probably going to take that long to get you in football savvy.
And they have guys that have experienced this before. 3 of the Starmont players played for Center Point Urbana in a fundraising game for head coach Ted Rogers, who passed away from cancer, Center Point Urbana last year. That's what sparked the interest to get them to play here this year at Starmont. There's a carry on the far side. Arthur, the ball carrier that time. And good organization, as you talked about, Alumni Football USA, Casey Hack, who played in the first ever alumni game in the state of Iowa by this association when he was at North Cedar, a North Cedar alum. And they played Tipton, of course. Casey Hack, now the Midland High School AD and head football coach, so he has a big role of this. He's throwing out guidance to the coaches and the players and telling them, here's what has been done in the past, here's what you need to do to make this a great event. Right. And it has done that tonight.
Because all these guys have got to go to work Monday.
That's right. 2nd down and 7. Here is a handoff. First man through right up the middle and going to be dropped down right on the 20-yard line.
There's Glenn Mormon on the carry there. He was brought down by Trent Muller, so no gain on that play, and I believe it's going to be 3rd and 7 here for the Vikings with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
You mentioned Coach Rogers. Coach Barkley and Coach Rogers are really, really good friends. I believe they also played Upper Iowa together. So, they've always had, Stern Point and Starmont always had kind of a relationship when those two coaches were coaching.
Sure. 3rd down and 6 down from the 18, 3:45 to go, and counting here in quarter number 2 of the first ever alumni football game between Starmont and Edco. Here at Starmont High School football field on this beautiful Friday night in June. A little jump there by 2 of the big boys up front for Starmont as Edco drawing them off guards, and a penalty for the Stars. With 3.5 to go here in the first half of play.
A pretty clean game by any game standards.
Usually you don't see this few of penalties in the first high school game of the year. They're way up, and these guys are doing a great job.
Yes, indeed. 3:25 to go here in this first half. Edco going right to left. This is Wegman. Fake the handoff, rolling the right side. Now going to try to come up the middle and keep it. And he's tackled from behind. A shoestring tackle by big old number 78, Adam Dewart, the 2005 graduate of Starmont.
Haven't seen a whole lot of subbing up front, though. I know that linemen have been switching a little bit, but you know, the guys that are here, most of these guys are the backs and the guys in the secondary. Not a whole lot of the hogs up in the line here tonight.
And Chris Soules is in the game for Starmont, of course, on the Bachelorette show, TV show on ABC, as he just provided pressure there coming from a linebacker spot. And Soules, a household name, fourth-generation farmer in the Starmont area, a 2000 graduate of Starmont High School.
Yeah, the Soules have been farmers for many years. You know, his grandpa, you know, his dad, in fact, his great-grandpa. You know, it goes back 40s, 50s.
That was a pass attempt there to Jason Duran, fell incomplete from Cole Wegman.
And Soules, his popularity here with the TV show, putting Arlington on the map.
That's right.
Arlington, Iowa. People are recognizing it here from the TV show. So Mr. Soules making a recognizable name for his hometown. Here is Wegman in trouble. 3 or 4 linemen get in there. Starmont take him down, a sack in the backfield inside the 25-yard line. Big old number 78, Dewart again was involved, and others.
I tell you what, that hit could have been much worse than it was. Yeah. He about had Wegman blindsided, but he came in. He's excited.
Dewart actually patted Wegman on the back, saying, "That's okay, little buddy." You know, kind of a friendly little pat, like, "You're okay."
Jared Tucker involved on the play as well, the 2006 graduate there. And out in the middle of the field is one of the officials from Alumni Football.
I think they're discussing the rules, maybe.
Okay.
One of the organizers going out there talking to the officials, and I think one before when they had the sack, when he just kind of stood there for a while and then all of a sudden tackled him. They've got some rule about you can't go in there and can't sack him, so I'll try to clarify it here.
So, like if the quarterback gives up and just stands there.
They want to make it a little safer. I'm guessing Bob Cassette is the owner of Alumni Football USA.com. He's out there talking now to the Starmont coaches, Coach Lee and Coach Barkley. And now he's going to go over to the other side and have a word with Coach Millis and Coach Rochford, just reminding them of the rules here. So because once again, safety, the main issue here tonight.
Rushing.
What's that, Bill?
They can only have 4 guys rushing.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not like a blitz. If you want to bring a linebacker, you got to tell them apparently that you're not having 4 linemen rushing. There will only be 4 at one time.
Similar to indoor football rules I experienced last year with the Cedar Rapids Titans. And there is a punt caught inside the 45-yard line at the 42 by number 2, Tristan Evans there, the 05 graduate. 1:51 to go here in the second quarter. 6-0 the score in favor of Starmont, as Starmont scored early on in the second quarter on a 64-yard run by Jordan Odeffer.
I tell you what, Tristan Evans, a great athlete here for Starmont as well. I know graduated the same year as my cousin Derek, and, you know, just going to watch Derek play, you got to watch Tristan, and what an athlete he was on the football field, on the baseball field as well. You know, we played against them in baseball a couple years, and I tell you what, a great athlete there.
05 graduate, 2010 graduate of Northern Iowa. He lives in Marion now. As there is a handoff right up the middle, Odeffer gets inside the 50-yard line. Isaac this time, thank you. Number 33, the 95 graduate with a minute and a half. Winding down here in the first half of play. Stars lead this game 6-0. Going left to right here. Ball's on the 46. Mearson, a little pitch right side. This is Isaac Odeffer again, getting close to the 50-yard line. Be right inside the 45-yard line, and Dennis Wegman.
Did you check what the Vegas odds were on this game?
I did not check that.
Or the over and under?
I was hoping you would.
I didn't get to the internet today, sorry. I should have checked.
You're a little busy.
Yeah, I should have checked on my cell phone. Didn't, sorry.
Check what the, what's they called? High school CB Moore rankings?
CB Moore rankings. Yeah, look at the power rankings of these two teams.
Yeah. Here is rolling out. Mearson throwing.
Open.
Got him.
Catching the ball at the 25-yard line, getting all the way down near the 15. The reception by number 12.
Yes.
Derek Weber the 08 graduate of Starmont High School, makes a nice grab there, and the Stars are in prime position to score their second touchdown of the game with 51 seconds to go in the first half.
Edco had 2 corners back, and there were 3 receivers. The one corner on the right side chose to go with the receiver in the middle, and that left him open on the left side, and that little slant pass and big yardage.
46 yards on the pass play. Here's a little pitch right side. This is Isaac Odefer hanging on the ball and making his way close to the 10-yard line.
See a timeout coming here before too long, I would think.
Yeah, I would think. There it is.
Well, they've only got 1 left, right?
Timeout has been called by Starmont. As second down and goal will be from the 9-yard line with 35 seconds to go. 6-0 Starmont leading this game. And again, this crowd is fantastic. This is a fundraiser for both schools, both of the football programs, and they're making out well here in this first night, the alumni game. But besides that part of it, it's just a great event, great atmosphere for both of these communities who have battled each other over the years, and to get friends back on the field together, to get enemies, so to speak, on the field again together. It's just a great scene here tonight. And just like Casey Hack told me earlier in the planning stages of this event, the idea is to get more and more area schools and teams involved. It takes a lot of work and a lot of preparation, a lot of ahead time and planning time. But I think, as you see, other schools will see it pays off on game night.
The Edco-Starmont rivalry is one of the really, really strong ones. Starmont also had a really strong rivalry in the Tri-Rivers with Maquoketa Valley. But these two teams battled a lot, back and forth. In the early 70s, late 70s, real competitive programs.
Well, you mentioned it earlier too, Shooky. These guys, everybody knows that we got to go to work on Monday.
Right.
So you wouldn't go after and hit someone like you wouldn't expect him.
You're not going to give a cheap shot.
It's old rivalries, but it's a fun game here tonight.
Right.
Absolutely, inside the 10 on the run.
These guys,
Bill just gets out of the way of that play down there, barely. It's Dylan Paris able to keep that ball and tackle a short gain, 3rd down and 7 now.
Bill's got to go to work on Monday, too.
That's right. Bill, don't forget that.
Did you see that? See how quick I got out of that way?
I told you to be careful tonight.
I saw him pitch it. I go, I'm getting out of the way right now. So I was way back behind. They were going to have to go through 3 guys on the sideline to get to me.
3rd down and 7 rolling out. Here's Mearson heading for the end zone. He gets in the corner. Touchdown, Stars. The 2nd touchdown of the night. That time, a 7-yard run there by Mearson, the quarterback keeper.
And they ran it to the short side of the field. Just a quick run around, and they got some good blocks, and that was it.
So the 2nd touchdown.
I don't think it's 14-0. I think it's 12-0.
Yeah, it should be 12 still. There it is. And Starmont will go for the 2-point conversion here with 25 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Mearson under center. Gonna pitch it right side. Here's Isaac Odefer trying to get to the end zone. He does get there as he runs into one of his own players and an Edco player, but finds the goal line for the 2-point conversion. 14-0 with 25 seconds to go here in this 2nd quarter. I want to thank our great sponsors here tonight from Edgewood and from Starmont. All 31 of our extra sponsors here tonight. Citizen State Bank, Fenton Repair, Leonard Mother Funeral Home, Subway, Farmers Savings Bank, Strawberry Computing, Rod and Cows, Edgewood Flavor, Woods Edge, Mod Squad, Edgewood Pump Service, also Farmers Savings Bank, Ray's Excavating, Edgewood Locker, Crop Production Service, Bi-County Disposal, C&L Drainage, Edgewood Feed Mill, Welterland Motors, Everett's Auto Parts, D&M Construction, Leonard Mother Funeral Home, Community Insurance, Edgewood Auto and Tire, Del Clay Farm Equipment, Cornerstone Family Practice, and Guttenberg Municipal Hospital, Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Community Savings Bank, Kendrick Forest Products, and final Electric. Our great sponsors here tonight bringing coverage of the first ever alumni football game, Edco and Starmont. The Star Alumni leading this one 14-0 with 25 seconds to play here in quarter number 2.
I was just telling Kevin, Swish, you look down this sideline here to our right on the Starmont side, they're standing 3 or 4 deep trying to see over it. I mean, this is incredible.
Fantastic crowd on hand tonight here at the Starmont football field, and they did it right. They brought high school officials, of course, which is this alumni football. This is what they're about, running just a class operation here, bringing the color guard tonight, and it felt like a Friday night, except it was in June instead of August or September with this kind of weather.
Yeah, this feels like a first night, first night here. Grass is beautiful, of course, and lines, they've got some nice lines out there, too. It's this is really nice. It's been a beautiful field for Starmont. They came out here in '78 after having played in Strawberry and Arlington for all those years, and they've kept it up, and it's really a nice place to play football.
Up on the hillside here, I don't know. Jamie alluded to it for one of the first times we could ever wear shorts here at Starmont. I don't know if I've ever been here when the wind's not really blowing hard here at Starmont High School.
Yeah, that's a true point there.
As time is going to tick off here, and that's going to end our first half with the score. Starmont leading 14-0. A display of two communities supporting their alumni football teams here tonight. Starmont over Edco in the first 2 quarters, 14-0. We will take a break and come back here to Starmont High School football field. You're listening to the alumni game right here from KMCH Sports.
Welcome back to the alumni game between Edco and Starmont. Bill's been busy down there with that pencil, scratching out some statistics. And Bill, you always do such a great job. But before you get to those, let's talk about what just happened and the honor that they gave to Doc Thompson.
Oh, that was outstanding honor there. They said apparently he must be retiring from doing the football sidelines or being the doctor. The medical department on the sideline there is 35 years. Said he's worked with 3 different coaches. Richards, Barkley,
right,
and
Lee,
and Matt Lee.
Yes,
35 years. That's a long time coming through. And a lot of athletes, a lot of these people sitting in the bleachers, their kids probably got worked on by him, type of stuff. So what an honor. They gave him an autographed helmet. That's pretty cool. And he is. That's just the type of individual that Dr. Thompson is. He's been around here, taking care of these kids way before he even had kids. It's just something that's in his heart to be around the kids, and something we all like to do, being around high school athletics.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe he took over for a long time Doc Anderson here in Strawberry before Strawberry went down to Regional Medical Center. So, that's a long time, and, that's what a great way to treat him.
Yeah, it is. That's super, and completely surprised him. He had no idea, no inkling whatsoever that was about to happen.
Well, Bill, what do you got here for the statistics here?
Well, for Starmont, this game, it started out, when I sit here and think, alumni football game, I didn't have any idea it would be like this.
This clean, right?
Yeah. I thought it'd be unorganized. I thought it'd be like, a Sunday afternoon flag football game where you just kind of get up and throw it around and whatnot. But these guys are going out there and they're hitting hard, and, they're running plays, and they're looking, every bit as good as they all did when they were in high school. I mean, I'm very impressed. They've had a couple of penalties where they had a hard time deciding who was supposed to be in there and who was not supposed to be in there. But they've got 42 kids on this side, that you got to try to get them all in there and try to make sure that when they come off, they're healthy, because they might not tell you any more than they did when they were in high school. You okay?
All right.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Right.
Can't hardly breathe, but I'm okay. So, I mean, they've done a tremendous job of organizing this thing, and it's just fantastic. And, outside of 2 plays, this is still a 0-0 game, but the O'Duffers just kind of still showed you that they still had speed. Jordan O'Duffer got loose on a 64-yard touchdown run, to open the scoring up. But stat-wise, not a whole lot of stats in this first half. Starmont was just a little over 100 yards rushing, and then half of that was on the 1 touchdown run.
Right.
They've only completed 1 pass, and that was a 41-yard pass on that touchdown drive right before the half. So they got about 160 yards, which isn't a bad offensive output.
Right.
Which kind of says that the Edco defense is playing some pretty good, outstanding stuff. But then you look at Edco, they only got 29 guys on their roster, so You know, I think, to me, they look like they're already getting a little wore out, a little tired. We'll see, I think, more of that in the second half. You know, they got 13 guys less, and that's going to show up here in the second half.
If you're playing everybody, it will, won't it?
They completed 2 passes, 57 yards. They've rushed the ball 15 times, and with a couple of negative plays, they've got negative 2 yards rush. So they got 55 yards of offense. So, you know, they don't have a big 60-yard run and a couple 20-yard runs that Starmont has. So, you know, outside of a couple plays, this is a very, very even contest here.
But Edco's got some backs. They've got a couple of backs I know that have rushed for over 1,000 yards. So they've got the capability for the big play in the second half too.
Well, it is, and you made the comment there, and about halfway through that second quarter, you know, there's a lot of little guys that look like they're speed and they're backs and receivers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's not so many of these big guys, and
no.
that's where in there where it's hot. They're working their tail off every play and whatnot. So
yeah.
we'll see how ambitious and how much they still got in that tank left here in the third and fourth
quarter.
Yeah,
those big guys are the guys that really love football because they don't get the recognition. They're out here and they're between the tackles and and they're out here because they love the game.
Oh yeah, and they're out here and they're doing it all for the right reason. You know, every one of these guys, graduated from either one of these 2 schools, and what a great way to give back to your school and your community, because from what we've been told by the organizers, the Starmont's going to take in over $6,000 on this thing because they're hosting it. Edco is going to be just under $2,500 it sounds. So great fundraiser for both schools. They're talking about how it'll probably flip next year when Edco gets to hold this, because this is a 2-year contract.
Okay.
And next year this game will be held over in Edgewood. You know, hey, there's a couple of loafers walking right down here in the front row there. Nice to see that they're maybe coming back to work. The real guys are working here, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, they had
great fundraiser.
Those 2 boys had to go to the restroom, so.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they go like girls in if they have to go in tandems. One guy could have went by himself, but that's all right.
Well, at least they weren't holding hands when they came up there.
That's right.
They're okay.
The first half I was on here on the Starmont side. The second half I'm going to try to get over on the Edgewood side and kind of see how things are going over on that side and visit with some people. But I tell you what, that sun's going down underneath that cloud and that little breeze here. It's really, really nice and cool out here tonight. So
it sure
right now
is.
It's really nice out.
So what's the drink of choice down there? You seeing Gatorade or you seeing water? What are you guys drinking? Is there something else we don't know about?
What can you not say?
Yeah.
Exactly. These guys aren't in high school anymore. They don't have to worry about losing any eligibility. So
I think that's going to happen tonight.
It might be water, it might be clear Gatorade, or it might be something else. But there's a dance uptown for Strawberry Day tonight. But I was also talking to some of these kids. Some of these kids, their 15-year reunion is tonight in town. So that'll bring even a few more people in. So some of these guys are going to go up and make sure that their bruises and bumps don't feel so bad till about 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Or they may just go home and go to bed.
No.
Yeah, no.
No, they might not get home till 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. That would be a safer bet.
As John, Kevin, Jamie, and Bill back with you here from KMCH Sports. Bill, were you trying to say something else there?
I'll try to give a comment here from Coach Lee as he comes back out.
Yeah, let's talk to Coach Lee. We heard from Coach Barkley earlier here tonight.
He's not coming here yet, so he'll be here in a minute.
As maybe catch Coach Millis or Coach Rochford as well on the Edco side as 14-0 Starmont. We'll take a quick break and come right back here. Get ready for the second half from KMCH Sports. Back into Starmont, 14-0 Stars lead the game. Getting ready for the second half. Bill Logan is on the sideline with the current head varsity coach of the Starmont Stars. Matt Lee assisting the winning team here tonight so far in the first half. Bill, it's all yours.
Hey, man, what an outstanding turnout here. Great event to fundraise for both schools here. But, man, I tell you, these kids can still play.
I tell you, isn't this great, Bill, to see this many people out here tonight and to see these football players giving forth great effort. I mean, like you said, our first practice with these guys, the first thing I said on my mouth was, God, you guys got huge, but it's been a lot of fun this first half. It has.
Well, they're all out there having fun, and nobody's gotten hurt so far, so good luck here in the second half.
Well, I appreciate that, Bill. Thanks you guys for coming out.
All righty, thank you. Bill Logan on the sideline with Starmont head coach Matt Lee. So we get set to start this second half. Starmont will be kicking off, going right to left. We hope to hear from a few more people before this night's over. Coach Roger Reed just walking in. He's having a chat with Coach Lee. As Coach Barkley mentioned, Roger Reed, longtime assistant. When you talk about Starmont football,
yes.
Roger Reed's been involved just about as long as anybody as a longtime assistant here at Starmont.
Yeah, that'd be I believe, the early 80s that he actually was at Starmont. And actually then went away for a year, then came back again. Found out that Starmont is the place for him. He's been here ever since.
Oskaloosa.
That's right.
That's right.
Went down there, had a chance to go to a big school, and found out not really the best place.
Kind of back home for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
To William
yes.
Penn, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's right. Roger Reed, good friend of ours, and of course does wrestling with Jamie in the wintertime. Head softball coach just getting here. He was busy with his team all day at North Fayette Valley Invitational, where Coach Kevin Shookman and the West Delaware Hawks were today, won 2 games. So both here enjoying this alumni game now, 14-0. Starmont leading Edco as we get ready for the second half for Edco. Down 14 points now. You get the ball first, so trying to get back some of that momentum right here off the bat in the second half.
Yeah, basically you get the first score of the second half here, and then it's anybody's game. You don't want to go down by 3 scores, though.
Waiting to get things started here as O'Deffer will be kicking this one off. Longtime PA man Jerry Harvey. You can hear him in the backdrop here, along with Jim Seidel, his spotter. Both longtime teachers here and a fixture in the Starmont press box for many years, as you know.
Oh, absolutely, yes. They actually taught to my junior high teachers. So, yeah, they've been around Starmont for a long time.
The kick is going to be taken by Duran as he's going to get some room out to the far side of the field. Gets it up to about the 22-yard line before he's brought down, so a good return there by Duran.
That's where the Vikings will take over. 1st and 10. Starmont started football back in the fall of 1953. Ran into Ron Brockmeyer earlier here tonight in the press box, a 1954 graduate. He's a good friend of Jerry Harvey's. He came up to say hi and had a nice talk with Mr. Brockmeyer, and he filled me in.
So that would have been Strawberry Point at that time.
Okay, Strawberry Point.
Yeah.
There was a lot of controversy of getting football started here. Went back and forth, and they finally got it to go in 53.
Yeah, the schools didn't consolidate till like 64, so at that time, Arlington had a football team and Strawberry did. I'm not sure if Lamont ever did. I think they might have, but...
Here's a gain on the play of a couple.
As Duran on the carry there for Edco, as he was brought down by Brooks again. Wade Brooks on the stop there for the Stars. 2nd down and 7 coming up here for Edco.
For the first 15 years, they would alternate between Strawberry Point and Arlington, where you would play your home football games. So you went back and forth and back and forth. You know, at Strawberry, you had the baseball infield you had to worry about a little bit, and at Arlington, you had some beautiful turf.
There's a run off the far side, scampering out there, getting close to the first down. Arthur, the ball carrier. Scott Arthur, the 2000 grad for the Vikings.
And he was brought down out there by Nathan Getkin, a 2006 graduate of Starmont. A good athlete as well, you know, played basketball as well, a good basketball player. As if you can see Nathan Getkin down there, you can tell he's a basketball player. He's got that length, and good baseball player as well.
Still calling it 3rd down and 2 here from the 33. 10.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Stars lead the game 14-0. Here is a handoff right side. He going to be taken down. It looked like a face mask from this angle anyway. As no flag on the play, keeping himself as Wegman and taken down in the backfield, and a loss there. And we'll bring up a 4th down here. C.J. Johans gets involved, and a nice applause from the crowd. The 2009 graduate of Starmont High School. First time we've called his name here tonight. Johans, 23-year-old from Fayette, graduated in 2009. He served a tour of duty in Afghanistan. He's currently an active member of the 133 Infantry Battalion of the Iowa Army National Guard, currently a student at the University of Northern Iowa in Cedar Falls, studying manufacturing technology.
And that was a punt there by Duran. It was fair caught by Jordan Odeffer. And right at the 43-yard line, and that's where the Stars will take over 1st and 10.
With 9:43 to go here in this third quarter. Under center, Mearson still in there as quarterback, and a hand around off to the second man through. It's a new running back. Haven't called his name, but on the defensive side, Willie Harold, the 08 graduate of Starmont.
There's still some good hitting going out there. These guys are going to get sore.
9:20 and counting here in this third quarter. Bill Logan has made his way on that far side. The Edco visiting side here tonight. We hope he's able to catch up with Coach Millis or Coach Rochford here as the third quarter moves along. 9:16 to go in the third frame. 14-0 in favor of the Stars. Mearson again to center, going to hand it off. Second man through, that's Isaac Odeffer, the 95 graduate. He gets ahead for a couple with just under 9 minutes to play. Tyler Hackbarth, the 07 Edco graduate, comes up and makes a stop that time. 3rd down and 7. Ball's on the 46-yard line. Starmont has the football going right to left. Man in motion, right to left, is Harold. 2 in the backfield. Mearson under center.
Uh-oh.
And there's a little trickeration.
I think the Stars fell on it, though.
A little fumble, or was it?
No, I think it was a fumble. The way the quarterback reacted, he said, "Oh, I forgot something." Turned around and it was already gone.
Thought maybe they tried a direct snap, but it was a direct fumble. And
direct lost part of his number there, but it was Mike Maker, a 99 graduate, who recovered that one. And, he's missing.
His three's kind of just
three's hanging, just hanging
clean
out.
by the top of the three. It's. I take that one back.
Starmont going to punt it, but the snap is way over the head. Going to be picked up at the 20 by the punter, Colton Jansen. He's going to be taken down all the way inside the 15-yard line. And that's where Edco will take over. Great field position. A big special teams play right there. The Vikings trying to get back in this ball game.
And that's definitely going to help. A big loss by that with that play. And now they're going to start 1st and 10 going in Starmont territory. So really their biggest scoring threat thus far in this ball game. I'd hate to be the stat guy who was thinking there was going to be a punt and was way downfield. That's for sure.
That snap was at least 10 feet over his head. He didn't have a prayer. It was like a chip shot, It was. There's no way that was going to be.
There was a comeback coming here.
Out of position. I was only about halfway in position, so I wasn't half bad.
Well, that's good.
Oh, Bill's still getting there, huh?
Yes. Oh, he's settled in now.
Yep.
There's a snap that goes over the left shoulder of Brady, picks it up. It's going to be taken down behind the 30-yard line by number 32, Nate Hamlet, the 2011 graduate of Starmont High. 7:25 and counting, third quarter, 14-0 in favor of Starmont here, as it brings up 2nd down and 22. Two in the backfield besides shotgun. Brady hands off, first man through. That is Duran making his way left side out to the 20-yard line where he's taken down.
This is an opportunity where Edco really needs to take advantage here. They got the ball, good field position. They're back to where they started. It's going to be 3rd and 10 at the 19-yard line. 6:35 left to go in this third quarter. So they really, you think maybe they air it out here, but haven't had much luck doing that so far.
No, I don't know. That might be one of the things you're thinking about might take the longest to develop is the coordination, the timing of these passes.
Looking to throw, he does over the middle. It is caught as Brady completes the pass to Arthur. Scott Arthur with the grab as they're giving him forward progress, marking him down at the 15-yard line with 6:05 to go in the third quarter. 14-0 Starmont with the lead here.
You were mentioning, Kevin, that during halftime there they were honoring Craig Thompson,
yes.
doctor, longtime doctor up here in Strawberry Point and at the Regional Family Health. I tell you what, he's down here. He's got his bag on. He's the team's doctors tonight. So good honor for him. They gave him a helmet. I believe it was signed.
Yes, it was.
And a great honor for him up here at halftime.
Starmont force a fumble. Edco able to get back on it inside the 15-yard line. As we have a change of possession here, turnover on downs. Starmont will come back with it going right to left. 5:15 and counting third quarter, 14-0. Stars with the lead in this game.
You know, these Edco players, you know, they're used not to playing going against Starmont with smaller numbers. Very seldom would they have the same amount of players. You know, these guys are in pretty good shape. And a lot of these guys played, were wrestlers. You know, I think in both teams, a lot of wrestlers here playing.
Rolling out, left side, throwing just at the sideline. Trying to haul that in was Chad Paris, the 03 graduate, and could not corral it. He heard the footsteps right in front of the Starmont sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with 4:58 to go, third frame. Another almost big play by Starmont that time.
And it was, and he was really open. I tell you what, but you could see that ball was kind of just laid up there. They left him hanging out there to dry. So
right,
he was expecting a big hit there had he caught it, but the ball fell to the ground.
3 in the backfield. Under center is Mearson. Rolling out left side, gives the handoff left to right. Scampering his way past the 15-yard line is Odeffer. It's Isaac Odeffer that time. Duran in on the tackle that time. Jason Duran, the 96 graduate. 14-0, 4.5 to go, third quarter. The Starmont Edco first ever alumni game. They'll play again next year in Edgewood at the Edco High School football field for sure. A 2-year contract with AlumniFootballUSA.com has been signed. Going right to left. There's the fake handoff. Mearson rolling out left side. Gets a couple nice blocks, throwing down. Left side of the field, incomplete. They're calling for some flags. Number 2 is the intended player. That's Evans. And then also number 2, Olinger with the defensive coverage for Edco.
I think the Stars wanted a flag there.
They did. You could see several of them throwing the right hand up, asking for the laundry from the officials, but no can do. 4th down and 7, 4:02 to go here in the third. 14-0 in favor of Starmont.
Mearson really did a good job, had a nice chance to set up there and had plenty of time to throw it.
Here's the punt formation. Again, another high snap. It goes in the end zone. Picking it up is Jansen, and he's going to get taken down for the safety. Edco is on the board for the first time in this ball game with a safety with 3:59 to go in the third. It's 14-2.
That one wasn't quite so bad. At least he got a hand on it, Jansen did, before he batted it down. But that gives Edco a chance now.
Just under 4 minutes to go. Did we see who got in there?
Oh, I did not.
No, I think it was more of a team tackle. There's like 3 or 4 of them in there.
Yeah.
A ball in the end zone like that. That doesn't happen very often at Starmont.
Yes, indeed. As 3:59 to go. Edco getting on the board. 14-2. And Bill Logan is over on that sideline. The Edco sideline over there is talking to a few of the Edco players is Bill. And that atmosphere will be a little bit pumped up now here for the Edco Vikings with getting their first points of the ball game. He's having a good conversation with some of those players over there. As Bill, they've got to have better spirits now, being able to get on the board for the first time here tonight.
Well, that's one nice thing, get it off that goose egg up there, and it just that's that defensive pressure there. They go in there and they rush very hard, work hard. And, checking out how all the people are doing over here. And a little more wore out over here. Kevin and I were talking at halftime. A little less numbers than what Starmont's got over there, so that's probably going to start showing up here in the second half.
Yes, indeed. 14-2, 3:59 to go. We talk about Starmont has won the battle of the series over the years. They've gone back and forth. Both have good teams over the years, and they are also, you're pointing this out, you're finding this. You must have remembered this.
Oh, I was on
books.
the sideline. I was a JV player back in 1974 when Edco and Starmont set the record with 7 overtimes.
Most overtimes ever
in a state.
Game.
Yeah,
wow.
And they still got it.
Still got the record for 7?
7.
How about that?
Yep. It's kind of a rainy, kind of a misty night there, a little greasy.
That was September 27th, 1974.
So that's about the 40th anniversary of that this September,
That's
isn't it?
right. The most overtimes in a game in 11 player.
That's right.
With 5 or more, 7 that night in 1974.
Coach Barkley would have been on the sideline at that time. Well, yeah, being the, I believe he would have been the defensive coordinator.
Cole Wegman on the return. I tell you what, he was showing some shiftiness down there. He was jumping and trying to hurdle defenders, made a couple moves and then got brought down. But a good return there, as they're going to have it at the 44-yard line, as Cole Wegman, the 98 graduate, with the return on that one.
First down and 10 here. 3:52 to go in the third quarter. 14-2 in favor of Starmont here. Edco trying to keep this offensive momentum going here after scoring their first 2 points of the game. There is a run off the far side, still stumbling his way close to the 35-yard line. He's finally dragged down. Another first down for the Vikings, as Duran again on the carry, the 96 graduate. Finally brought down by a couple stars. So another first down. Ball's on the Star 36 now with 3:40 to go, third quarter.
Little momentum change here, perhaps, huh?
That's what they needed.
They did. You give them 2 points like that, you got to take that.
Wegman will be under center. The lefty hands off, second man through, right up the middle. Bowls his way forward to the 30-yard line. That is Glenn Mormon, the 03 graduate, or Arthur.
No,
Arthur,
it was Mormon.
It was Mormon on the carry.
Oh, it's really nice to see is that nobody's coming off the field limping. You know, everybody's in great shape, and there aren't any cheap shots, and everybody's keeping things under control. But yet you're seeing some awfully good hitting here.
Absolutely. Gain of 6, second down and 4. Ball's right on the 30-yard line. 2:45 and counting here in the third quarter. Starmont leads Edco 14-2. Going left to right, Edco, Wegman. And there's a little movement up front. A penalty flag comes from the umpire in the middle of the field.
The last thing to move was the snap.
And that's a problem.
Yes.
Legal procedure called on the Vikings. So it'll be a second down and 9 now at the 5-yard mark-off with 2:38 to go here in the third quarter.
You guys were just talking about injuries here just a minute ago. I'm over on the Edco side here in the second half, and the only injury I see over here, everybody's walking around pretty good. They're taking a breather when they need to and whatnot, but Kelly Andrade over here has got a little right ankle problem, so I think he's probably done for the night.
There is a handoff now, left man through the inside the 35-yard line. As that was Wegman kept it, the quarterback keeper by Cole Wegman, the 98 graduate. So if a little ankle is the worst that we can get out of here tonight, that's going to be a good sign for both of these alumni teams.
Oh, absolutely. And, these are the lucky guys that are in great shape yet, that are able to put on the uniforms, there's something about the athletic ability of these guys.
That's great shape you are still in. I just can't believe they didn't ask for a 1977 graduate.
You see anybody in the 80s here?
Well, yeah, that's why you should have done it. They didn't have anybody. One for the books. And there's a carry right side. This time it's Arthur on the carry. Inside the 30-yard line, down to about the 26.
And Derek Weber for Starmont came up and made that stop. But I tell you what, Arthur came through and he made a big run. I believe it's going to be 4th and inches here for the Vikings.
Yeah, we're going to measure.
Oh, here's Bill Logan.
Oh, look at this, Jamie.
Hello, Bill.
Oh, man, I'm not in my August or September form.
But you got your glasses on tonight.
But I do have glasses.
Let's see.
It's short.
By how much?
About the length of the ball.
Okay.
If you take that ball and do a 180 flip towards the end zone, it'd probably be a first down. We'll see how close it. You see, you're cheating. You got the binoculars now. I can see that from here. Look at that.
Wow.
How about
if you
that?
flip that ball over, it'd have been a first down.
He called it.
The down marker over here. Yeah, I got her there, Jamie.
Who said he's not in August form?
I don't need binoculars. I just need a good set of eyeglasses from
Don't give him any credit. Swish.
It'll be 4th and 1, as Bill Logan said.
Robert Getkin down there is the down marker that Bill's over there.
1:12 to go. Here in the third quarter. There's a little movement. There's got to be a flag coming here.
It's going to be about 5 yards shorter now, Bill.
Did a flag even come
I don't.
out?
Nope.
But there is going to be a penalty called by the head referee as Josh Burka.
Well, I think if he would have kept moving in motion and set up, I don't think he would have been called for it, but he stopped.
Yep.
Like, I'm guilty. I mean, if he would have acted like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do and carried out the emotion, he would have been okay.
1:02 and counting here in the third quarter. Starmont leading the game 14-2. Here in the Alumni game, Starmont and Edco. We have a timeout here, a officials break timeout. And we'll see if Bill Logan can chat with one of the Edco coaches here to talk about their take on this great experience here tonight. As 57 seconds to go here in the third quarter, 14-2 here is the lead for Starmont, as Starmont huddling up for their sideline, getting a drink. Edco in a huddle on the far side. Dave Millis and Coach James Rochford leading the Edco Vikings. Of course, Matt Lee, Dave Barkley, and Roger Reed, the coaches. And Coach Rochford's joining Bill Logan on the Edco sideline now.
All right, I'm on the Edco sideline, and Coach, got some players out here yet. I don't know. I think some of these kids are probably better now than they were in high school. They're playing hard.
They're playing real hard. I'm proud of a lot of them. They're doing really well. It's just they forget what kind of shape they have to be in to play a game like this, and it takes chemistry and a lot of work, and they've done well. It's just we need to have some things come together yet. So.
Well, it's been pretty organized, in my opinion. I thought maybe it'd just be really unorganized, but not that many penalties. There's a lot of high school teams have this many penalties, and they practice every night. So, I've been impressed by what they've been doing here, but. Man, what great community support from both teams.
Yeah, it's been great. The community's been supporting us, and big thanks to Coach Millis taking the lead. And I haven't made many practices, but Coach Millis has got these guys, on the same page quite a bit. It's hard when kids are coming from Minneapolis, Des Moines, Davenport, and trying to make practices and stuff. But hats off to these guys. They're playing their butts off and doing it for a good cause.
Well, thank you very much. Good luck to you guys.
Bill Logan on the sideline with head varsity coach at Edco, James Rochford. As there comes another penalty here.
I think that's against the Vikings as well. It was already 4th and 5. Now they're going to, they were sitting at 4th and inches just a little bit ago. And two penalties later, it's going to be 4th and 10.
Absolutely. That was a good point there by Coach Rochford. Something we haven't really talked about. We talked about the 2 to 3 month practices coming in on Sundays for 2 to 3 hours. The trips that these guys have to make back, that just shows you the commitment and how much this means to them coming back and taking part in this event to give up those kind of things and to come all the way back home on a Sunday.
Well, it is, and you know what he say, Minneapolis. They had someone come back for that's a jaunt just to come back for a practice for something you're going to do one night here.
That's right.
And I tell you what, that's commitment right there.
Well, Wegman with the throw, it's incomplete. Bounds down near the 22-yard line for a 4th down now.
But I think that gives you the experience. part of the experience is not just showing up for one game.
Sure.
It's being around the guys and coming back in the schedule, getting the routine again, getting your practices in there, putting the helmets on, the pads on for more than just one night, and just kind of getting back in that football field.
And I talked to Coach Barkley earlier in the pregame. For both sides, they have guys that are up ahead of them in classes who they really idolize. A great opportunity for them to play against those guys now on a 1st down and 10. 50 seconds to go as a ball carrier right up the middle is Isaac Odeffer for a couple yards as 40 seconds to go. As we'll bring on one of the organizers of the Alumni football before we start the 4th quarter here, coming up with 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Casey Hack will join us momentarily with Starmont leading this game 14-2. Stars have the ball going right to left. 2nd down and 8 now. Mearson still in there as the QB under center. Mearson going to hand off, first man through. Right to left direction there, just shy of the 45-yard line that time. The ball carrier for the Stars is Levi Kepler, the 09 graduate. As the 3rd quarter comes to a close, Starmont leading this game 14-2. We bring in Casey Hack now, one of the organizers here at AlumniFootballUSA.com. And Casey is the head football coach and athletics director at Midland High School down in Wyoming, down in Jones County. And great to have you tonight here. A great event up here at Starmont High School. As you've been through this a number of times now with your role, but it all started when you played in the first game as an alum for North Cedar.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. As a football coach, you always tell your kids, I'd do anything to put these pads back on again. And when we heard of the opportunity, a bunch of us jumped on board and realized, hey, we better do this. And I'll tell you, it was worth it. We had a lot of fun. The guys enjoy themselves. The communities really rally around it, and the schools make a lot of money in the process.
Absolutely. And how long ago was that, and how long has Alumni football been in the state of Iowa?
Our game was 3 years ago, and we were the first one. We actually played Tipton twice. And last year we didn't play. They didn't get enough guys going, but I think we're going to get it back together today. The company's been around since the mid-'80s in California, and when the owner, Bob, his youngest son, he graduated high school, and him and his wife decided that they would venture out and raise a lot of money for schools. He was a public educator, too, and those times get tough, especially in athletic budgets, so it kind of helps to boost your programs a little bit.
Fantastic. Over $1 million raised in all those years by Mr. Cassette and company with Alumni Football USA. So you played in that game, and then you were able to get involved. It really meant a lot to you to try to get involved with something like that.
It did. I just kind of, by conversation talking to Bob, I said, hey, I'd like to get this blowing up in Iowa. I like what it does for the schools. I like what it does for the teams. So he took me on board, and I've been helping him out, and hopefully we get a lot more games in the area.
Absolutely. Starmont with the ball going left to right now. 4th down and 1, 11:50 to go here in this 4th quarter. Casey Hack joining us from Alumni Football USA, and the support here by these communities, Starmont and Edco tonight. I'm sure it ranks up there in the games that you've seen here, at least in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, this is a good game. A lot of community excitement. Getting to come out and watch some of these people. Some of the best things about the game. Myself, I graduated in 2003. One of my best friends in 1992. We would never thought we would have got to play football next to each other, and we did. So it's exciting for families.
Jeremy Rummel just in the ball game. The 96 graduate of Starmont gets a carry off the right side. And it will be real close of a first down with 11:15 to go here in quarter number 4. 14-2 the lead. Starmont leading this game. And it really just shows that the desire for former players like yourself to get back here. We talked about the commitment of traveling back and forth to your hometown from wherever you may be, the commitment of getting back with former other alumni and making this event something special, and you'll never forget it.
No, and it's a great opportunity for these guys. It's something they always remember. We talk about it all the time as friends. It's a great opportunity to play football.
Absolutely.
On a beautiful night here in Iowa.
It is. couldn't ask for much more of a beautiful night. You're glad it wasn't too hot, not too cold or rainy or anything like that. So perfect weather here on this first Friday night in June, as a first down and 10 for Starmont as they go left to right and continue to have the 12-point lead. 11:02 to go in the fourth. Little pitch right side. This is O'Deffer. He gets across the 45-yard line down to about the 47 with 10:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. You told us earlier that you have 7 games right now on the horizon here in the state of Iowa, and of course looking to expand, drawing interest from other area schools and people who think, hey, we can do that. We can get a rival and do that too and make it a neat experience for our communities.
Yeah, and the interest does come. I mean, Starmont and Edco, for example, they got one guy to sign up. Both of them took a leadership role. Within 2 days, both rosters had 50 to 60 guys on them. One team ended up with 40, the other team with roughly 30. So, I mean, all it takes is a little leadership. Oh, we got a fumble.
Fumble on the play. Edco will get it back inside the 50-yard line, right about the 47. There was a hit right at the 50. The ball came out. Edco getting on that ball, and they take it now with 10:08 to go here in the fourth quarter, down 14-2.
And that ball was recovered out there for Edco. That was Craig Steger coming up with that fumble recovery there. So it'll be 1st and 10 Edco on their own 48-yard line. So again, another opportunity with good field position for the Vikings.
Absolutely. What are some other schools, if you can say, that are maybe looking at this here in the future? We have a lot of coverage area schools in our area, and you would think there'd be a lot of support and interest, at least out there here in this eastern Iowa area.
Yeah, I have Central City and Springville coming up the end of July, West Liberty, Columbus Junction, Wapello, Louisa, Muscatine, Mid Prairie, and Clear Creek, Amana, North Cedar, Tipton. And then this one are kind of in my area. We got a guy out in Central Iowa that's got some games out there, but I'm hoping to get more interest up here, on this part of the state. Just see how much money you can get for your schools and what your communities do. It's great to be able to stay in district and raise money. I know small communities, a lot of times, you'll have your town days, which we kind of work this around. And it worked out really well that we could get this date for them.
And Starmont incorporating their a 15-class reunion, we're told here tonight. So what a better a weekend to fit it all in.
Yeah, it worked out really, really well, and with the weather the way it is, it's a great opportunity, and hopefully next year these two teams will match up again at Edco. We'll give them a chance to be the home team once too.
That's right, the second year of the contract, and then you'll just have to see the interest. We'll see. We're hearing that Starmont's very interested to continue and maybe add another team in there, and just an exciting time of this event here as Edco has the ball, 1st and 10, 10:08 to go. Fourth quarter. Looking, now throwing is Brady. Has a man, but thrown over his head. Intended for number 11, Adam Clausen, the 07 graduate of Edco High School. With 10:04 to go here in quarter number 4, the 14-2 lead for Starmont High School. As Edco coming out in a 3-receiver set. Going right to left. Ball's on the 48-yard line. Here's Brady. Back to pass in the shotgun. Going to be taken down, driven to the ground. There is a penalty marker on the play. John Kepler, the 2000 graduate, comes in and lays down Brady. But we do have that flag, as I mentioned, with just under 10 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. We talked about it takes people to step up in those communities to get this going. But under your guidance and your leadership of Alumni Football USA, the event really starts to come together because you guys have been through it. It may seem like a tall task for people getting involved with it, but with your guys' guidance, as experienced as you are in this, that's where you guys say, hey, we know what we're doing here, and let us take us under your wing.
Yeah, and it's nice. Bob Gazette, our owner, he was out in Michigan doing meetings all week. and he came and got a trailer and brought it out. So it's pretty special. After the game, he'll give a little speech to the guys, and he's a rah-rah guy. He believes in what he does. He loves the schools. He just loves football. He plays in about 3 or 4 games a year, and he's 50-some years old. So it's great. I mean, for these guys to have Bob here tonight, just a good deal in general. He's got a pretty good plan set out for us as regional directors. All we have to do is follow the plan, and everything comes together pretty nice.
Shotgun, Brady looks left, now looking middle. Is going to be taken down. Another flag comes in as just inside the 50-yard line, just past the 45-yard line. 9:53 to go in this fourth quarter here. Another penalty coming here as Josh Burka, the head referee, sorts it out. And how often does Bob get out to the games, as busy as he is, from California? Quite the honor to have him here tonight for you.
Yeah, I mean, he's crazy. He drives all night pretty much all the time. He can catch a few hours of sleep, and he's all over the place trying to just get as many games as possible. He's got games that he does in Hawaii, all over. I mean, it's all over the U.S. He's trying to get in all 50 states. He's trying to get a deal maybe with Fox to get these guys some publicity where we can get on going with it.
There's a throw left side. Brady's pass intended for Jason Duran. It's incomplete here with 9:49 to go, 14-2. You talk about the ages of these guys. The oldest tonight for Edco, a 90 graduate, 91 on Starmont's side. What's the oldest you've seen in some of the other communities and maybe nationwide as well? How old are the former alumni?
A couple years ago, personally, I went to Knoxville. They played PCM, and Knoxville had a physical therapist. I want to say he was 65 or 66. There has been games I've heard about with a grandfather, dad, and son. And I mean, that would just be unbelievable. You don't have to go out and play. A lot of these guys, they just want to go play 1 or 2 plays.
Sure.
And just call it a day.
There's a punt that slips off the foot and goes on the far side, not making it to the 35-yard line. So Starmont will have good field position off the punt by Edco. 9:44 to go here in this fourth quarter, 14-2. Well, Casey, let's give some folks your contact information. If anybody out in our listening audience interested in this, how to get a hold of you and alumnifootballusa.com.
Yep, that's all you have to do. Just go to www.alumnifootballusa.com and you sign up for your school. It'll shoot me your contact information. It doesn't cost any money to sign up or anything. All it does is lets me get a hold of you, so that way I can get your team building. And believe it or not, if there's 2 or 3 guys that take over, the next thing you know, you do have a team. People love football. It's a great opportunity.
Fantastic. His first down and 10, Starmont, as here's a handoff going to be taken down. Edco will wrap him up right at the 40-yard line. Well, Casey, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for your time, your help with the event tonight. Well-run, a successful event. Best of luck to you in the venture, and best of luck at Midland High School down in Wyoming as well.
Thanks. I appreciate you guys covering the game tonight, and hopefully we see you in the future. Absolutely.
Casey Hack, one of the organizers of Alumni Football USA, also the AD and head football coach at Midland High School down in Wyoming. As definitely a great adventure here for Casey, and he had a thought of an experience he enjoyed, and 3 years later, here we are, and enjoying an event that he's helping put on here in Eastern Iowa in the KMCH listening area. 2nd down and 12, rolling out right side, now throwing back left side. Mearson's pass is caught by number 32. That's Hamlin, I believe, on the far side, going to get over the 45-yard line. He'll be still shy of a first down with 8.5 to go in the fourth quarter, 14-2. So a 65-year-old, other 60-year-old. Shooky, you're behind him.
I'm a young guy. I'm a young buck, huh?
Yeah, you could have been suiting up tonight. You're missing out.
And he's newly reconstructed.
That's right.
Yes, exactly.
He is ready to go.
A bionic guy with my tips, huh?
That's right. You're all ready for it. 3rd down and 6 here.
Can you bring weapons on the field, though?
There is a handoff right up the middle, Ball carrier gets over the 45-yard line.
And Gabe Hamlet, the ball carrier on that play.
Hamlet about the 47-yard line. Will be,
I don't know, something like this. We could get Shooky and Bill in for cleanup time, a little mop-up duty
wouldn't
here.
That be interesting?
Oh, boy.
Going head-to-head. 7:40 to go, fourth quarter.
It would be all pass, no rush.
Punt formation, Starmont. There's Jansen booting it away off his left foot. It bounds at the 26-yard line. Inside the 25 will be touchdown. That's where Edco will take shop. 1st and 10 with 7:25 to go in the ball game. 14-2 here in favor of the Starmont Stars on their home field. The Alumni coming back here, hosting Edco.
I tell you what, it's look down here on the sideline. These players are still asking Coach Reed advice. You know, he's always coaching. He just had 2 players over there. He was telling them what to do, and now that we got the one down here, Dylan Paris. He's asking Coach Reed questions.
Absolutely.
So he's never done coaching.
Things don't change, do they?
No. You get back in this setting, it all just comes back, and you're natural at it. There's a rollout. Wegman's going to throw. Left side has a man. There's a little contact up in the air on the 40. As incomplete pass is called, as it was intended for Adam Clausen, the 07 graduate.
He's a big target out there.
He's
I
tall.
tell you what.
Yes, he is.
So Edco, 2nd down and 10, 7:22 to go, fourth quarter, 14-2 as the ball is on their 24-yard line as we've reached the 9 o'clock hour here near Arlington. John Swisher, Jamie Baskey, Kevin Shookman, and Bill Logan along with you. The alumni football game at Starmont High School football field live tonight right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH Manchester. 2nd down and 10. Here is holding on to this ball and being taken backwards. Wegman being forced all the way to about the 15-yard line.
Oh, that was Duran.
Duran, the running back. There was a handoff there. The 96 graduate, Duran, did have the ball, and a couple of Starmont Stars took him back forward. Progress will put him back at about the 21-yard line.
Defense is starting to take over. Dominating here, you imagine that it's just in the trenches right now.
And it is, and we touched on it earlier with the numbers that Starmont has compared to the numbers that Edco has over there. You can see these guys are getting in and they're a little more fresh, and you can see that on the field, just as you would in any high school football game where you've got a team where that doesn't have the numbers as the other one.
And you're not playing in 80-degree weather.
Yeah.
3rd down and 13 now for the Vikings. 6.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Stars still have the lead, 14-2. All 14 of their points came in the first half. Just a safety is all the scoring we've had. Here's a fumble on the ground. Starmont will get it inside the 25-yard line. And the Stars showing their excitement. The fans on the near side appreciating the hustle and efforts of their alums with 6:23 to go here in the fourth. As the 12-point lead here for Starmont, as they'll try to take an even larger lead here as they've got great field position. The ball's on the 22-yard line. Mearson will be under center with 3 in the backfield. Here's a pitch left side. It's Isaac Odeffer. Tries to sidestep a defender. He does. And then gets tackled right on the 20-yard line. We do have a penalty marker. It comes in back behind the play by the head referee, Mr. Burka.
I never did look around to see if the student section was wives and and children of the dads that are playing here tonight.
Yeah.
I never did look around.
I wonder how many kids stayed away because their dad was playing football. Though.
Or moms who didn't want the kids to see dad get hurt, maybe.
Right, yeah.
Oh, there's a little kid over here on the Edco sideline. He's got to be the kid of one of them. He's got a Wegman shirt on, so I'm sure he's one of the Wegmans.
Oh, sure.
He looks like he's probably about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old over here. He's the water boy. They're filling up the water on the Edco side. So there is a lot of little kids here, too, watching their, I'm sure it's probably aunts and uncles or something,
Let's see, you got a couple cheerleaders over there, too, Bill.
There is?
Those 2 little girls over there.
Yeah,
behind you there.
Behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's good eyesight there, Kevin. I didn't even see him in the back of my head.
Kevin.
Actually, that was Jamie.
Jamie saw him.
He's got binoculars.
I wasn't using
He
it.
wasn't using them as Mearson will throw right side.
Got him.
It's complete. Nice diving catch. Momentum taking him back towards the quarterback. Number 12, Derek Weber, does his happy dance for the home crowd as he gets a first down. No.
Yeah, back to the line of
Back
scrimmage.
to the line of scrimmage. That's what the happy dance was all about. Getting back to that line.
And Paul Olinger was on the coverage there. And, just when Weber came back for it, he actually kept his footing. Olinger slipped a little bit and wasn't able to keep up with him. But a nice play there by Weber.
So the Stars have it. Second down and 10. Back to the 22. 5:20 to go, fourth quarter. Low pitch. Here's trickeration, halfback pass.
Got him.
Going
Wide
side,
open.
Wide open.
He's got to go in the end
Didn't go
zone.
in the end zone. He was stuck right on the 4-yard line. He forgot where he was, but going into the end zone is Derek Weber for the touchdown. The field hasn't got any shorter since his playing days in 2008 as Weber, he was about ready to go into his happy touchdown dance.
I think he was going to spike the football.
On the 4-yard line. Instead, a statistician on the Starmont side said, you might want to go a few more yards and get the touchdown, and Weber did so, and the Stars lead 20-2.
And he really did it nonchalantly. He just kind of pointed like it was a secret, like you better run that extra 4 yards there.
5:14 to go, quarter number 4. And the 18-point lead here for the Stars.
Give the assist to the stab man.
How about that? Bill, that could have been you. As there is a handoff now, keeping his Mearson going ahead. Does he get over the line of scrimmage? Over the goal line, rather. No.
I don't think he
No
did.
indication.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
he did. On further reaction from the umpire, he does. And the 2-point conversion good. 22-2. 5:14 to go in the fourth. Starmont with commanding lead of this one over Edco, the rivals. We're back after this. Alumni game coverage continues right here from KMCH Sports. Back into Starmont High School as Steger on the return.
Josh Steger.
Josh Steger on the return, thank you, for the Vikings here with 5:09 to go in this fourth quarter. 22-2 now in favor of Starmont. Vikings come up here going right to left. The ball's on their own 40-yard line. Brady is back in the shotgun. And a timeout. Does not like the formation they have set. Maybe not enough players in there. A little confusion there by Edco. And they will talk things over with 5:09 to go here in this fourth quarter. Starmont leading 22-2 on a great night for community support, as majority of the crowd has stuck around here at Starmont High School football field to take in the alumni, as everybody reverting back to their younger years, yesteryear days of watching these two teams play, with the alumni taking the football field here tonight.
It's nice that both these coaches, had some success in the playoffs. Coach Millis got the team into the playoffs for the first time, and actually, and Coach Barkley, of course, had a stellar career here at Starmont. And Coach Lee's also doing the same thing now.
Absolutely. He's carried on the tradition.
I tell you what, that run that Edco made in 07, or 06 it was.
Yeah.
That was quite a run. I believe made it to the quarterfinals.
Yes, yep, made it all Unidome. Yes,
just a great team that was.
Their playoff record 1-3 in 3 appearances, and a fumble on the play that time.
It popped a helmet right on the ball, popped it out.
And Mitch Brady recovered that ball, so Edco retains possession here. 4:50 left to go in this ball game.
Talked about Matt Lee continuing what he took over for Dave Barkley, as Matt was assistant coach and a former player for Coach Barkley. 63-29 is Matt Lee's record here at Starmont in 9 seasons, so he's continued the winning tradition in Star program history. 4.5 to go. Here's a handoff right up the middle, getting over the 35-yard line, down to about the 36 there. Edco gets a couple of yards back. As still getting up off the pile there, a few of the players as they mark the ball down just over the 35-yard line at about the 36. 3:50 and counting here in this fourth quarter. 3rd down and 15 now here for Edco.
Curious to see what these offenses will do with another years of practice. Not that these guys got things generated.
Is a handoff is faked, and then pulling out. Brady goes back to pass, getting in there. Number 60, Terry Stover, the 2011 graduate of Starmont. First time we've called his name tonight. So it'll be 4th down now, with 3:15 and counting here in this ball game. Back to punt. Standing right on the 16-yard line. Takes the ball and boots it away. Does Duran. High punt. Bounds down inside the 50-yard line at about the 49, and that's where Starmont will take shop. Bring it up a little further than that at about the 44-yard line of Edco. So 1st and 10, Stars going left to right with 2:59 to go here in this game.
I'm not sure what you do in an alumni game. You just get everybody in and throw the trick plays like we just saw before? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. What I missed, though, was alumni band and alumni cheerleaders. I mean, bring everything back, Bring the band back.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Starmont coming up to the ball here with 2:59 to go in the fourth. 22-2 is the advantage for the Starmont Stars.
Our PA announcer just mentioned that they're going to have player awards at the end after the game is over. Wide open.
Oh. Wide open, but not able to haul it in inside the 5-yard line. Number
Tristan Evans.
2, Tristan Evans, the 05 graduate of Starmont High School.
That ball kind of turned away from him. He was running with his right shoulder facing the quarterback. Last second, it shifted over to his left side, so he tried to he didn't turn backwards. He kind of tried to do an over-the-shoulder catch. But
it's a good thing his dad's a chiropractor, because that was kind of a wrenching twist and pound.
Well, I think we need to talk to the offensive coordinator. Whether that's the 10th pass of the game already. Starmont has never threw the ball 10 times in the game.
Well, he's over here. He is here now, so.
Well, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. Rolling out right side. Here's Mearson. He's going to throw. Has a man caught at the 19-yard line. Dropped down at about the 15. Completed pass to Chad Paris, the 03 graduate. 2:44 to go, fourth quarter.
And somebody's missing a good portion of their jersey there. Is that Paris? Yes, it is. His whole right side of his jersey is ripped completely open here. But I tell you what, he made up for that one that he went up for earlier. He kind of he wasn't going to let that be the one earlier be his last one. He went up and went up high for that one.
And we talked about just the organization of this event, the uniforms, the school colors. They have stars on the front for Starmont, Vikings on the other side for the Vikings, and the white road jerseys. And the equipment donated by Hollywood Movie Company, who made the movie Blindside. There's a pass that's almost intercepted inside the 10-yard line. It drops down to the ground, and Starmont will still have the ball. So the movie Blindside, featuring Baltimore Ravens Michael Orr. All this equipment you see here is donated by that movie, that put on that movie, and that's a great connection that Alumni
really
Football USA has too, because that's one of the concerns. Where do you get the equipment for Alumni game if you try to put one of these on yourselves?
Right.
That's the backbone that Alumni Football is having, a great source, great foundation that helps these schools raise money. 2nd down and 10. Here's a little flip toss, left side. This is Gabe Hamlet, the fullback, going forward, getting a short gain with 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter.
Got a water break here. Nope.
No. No, I think they're just letting the clock kind of wind down here a little bit.
A minute 45 and counting here in the Alumni game. Thanks to everybody involved in helping us get this put together here tonight for our broadcast, including Luke Brady, a 2003 graduate of Edco High School. Here's a throw back of the end zone, reaching up.
Wow.
Did he hang on to it? No,
He might have been out of bounds.
Yeah, fell out of bounds in the right corner.
Yep.
Couple Edco defenders right
That
there.
was a great catch, though.
Oh, it was. Up in the air, hauling it in, trying to keep his feet in, but the defender's up in the air, knocking him out of bounds, going for the ball as well.
Got a flag back here, though.
There's a
That
penalty
was Tristan
marker.
Evans on the reception there. Great job, great effort there.
Evans, one of the fine athletes, the first playoff team for Coach Matt Lee in 2005. 1:21 to go, 2 penalty markers on the play here.
And I think in that game, they got beat in the playoffs here to Iowa City Regina, whose kicker was Daniel Murray.
Daniel Murray.
He kicked a long field goal here
Wow.
against them that night.
In the windy conditions?
He did.
As I didn't catch what the penalty was there.
I don't know. I didn't see it either. They declined it, so they wouldn't.
This will be 3rd down and 6 still here for Starmont. As appreciate Luke Brady getting a great roster put together, giving us information on Edco, one of the team captains here. Luke Brady, 2003 graduate, as works up at Community Savings Bank in Edgewood. He played on the 01 playoff team, the first playoff team in Edco history. 1:21 to go here in the 4th. Under center is Mearson. Mearson trying to get around the corner, still on the run. Good pressure there. Throws in the end zone. It's incomplete. The pressure
just about got Bill again over there.
by Anderson. Yes, Anderson Altoff, 28. Bill, you're still with us, right?
He looks good.
Come on. He's still standing upright anyway. He must have turned his headset off. 1:15 to go here in the 4th quarter. Or ran out of battery.
Or he's out of range, maybe, yeah? He's
there.
There he is.
I'm here. I'm just listening to you guys babble.
How did I know that was coming?
Sometimes the best thing to say is nothing. Just listen to you guys. You know, because if you guys are taping this thing, it'll be interesting to hear you guys. I've been down here on the sideline. I've talked to Trevor Hunt twice. You know, the part-time KMCH guy, and I asked him twice now off the side. I said, "How you feeling?" He goes, "Good." You know, and he says, "Well, how are you going to feel in the morning?" He says, "I don't know yet." You know, but he says he feels pretty good. He says because for the last month at college, he's been doing a lot of basketball, a lot of running, trying to get in shape a little bit. So he says that's a very good thing he did that. So, you know, I think now they know kind of what they're getting into. You know, it ought to be very, very interesting. You know, next year, because I would assume that probably both teams, you know, would end up with getting a few more guys, because all these guys are going to tell them how much fun they had, and I'd be shocked if each team doesn't even have more guys out recruiting, because I don't think there's a single individual here on the inside of this football field that's not having a blast here tonight. Trevor made the comment, he said, "I never thought I'd put a uniform on again."
Yeah, I'm sure those are the same
I didn't
sentiments.
even check. Does Trevor have to work tomorrow?
Yeah, we better make sure of that, as be awful early if he does to get up.
But a good point Bill just made. You know, this is, you know, and what Trevor says. You know, you never thought you'd put on a uniform again, but I tell you what, that's what this is about.
Yeah.
I tell you what, face guarding.
Yeah, interference going to be called. A throw from Mearson to the end zone. The intended target, was it Evans again?
No, it was, I believe it was Blake Johnson.
Number 18, a 2012 graduate. Yes, it was. Mr. Harvey agrees with us. Mr. Harvey, Mr. Seidel, PA and spotter, long time here at Edco at Starmont High School. for football games. 1:09 to go here in the fourth. 22-2 here in favor of the home team, the Stars of Starmont. So we'll have a 4th down and 6 over again here.
Yep.
After the pass interference. Ball's on the 14-yard line. Mearson getting the call from the sideline and hustling in himself. Up to the line of scrimmage. Here come the Stars. Trying to punch one more in.
Air it out.
Is rolling out right side again. There's Evans,
Tristan
diving
Evans.
catch, touchdown. Tristan
He was due.
Evans, yes he was. Diving catch, momentum taking him right to left as he hit the ground in the edge of the end zone for the Starmont touchdown. 28-2 is the lead for the Stars.
And what a great play. As you know, Evans has come open numerous times now. You know, he had that great effort in the end zone where he went out of bounds, and then of course he got open that one, and that time he was able to pick up the touchdown and put 6 more points on the board for the Stars.
So 1:02 to go here in this fourth quarter. 28-2 the lead. As 2-point conversion, a little flip toss right side. They're rolling on the right side and into the end zone. 2-point conversion good by Gabe Hamlet, the 2014 Star graduate. And it's 30-2 now. Trying to look at the rosters here, and feels like a Iowa Hawkeye football broadcast, trying to get our players of the games here figured out late in the broadcast.
Yeah, they're going to be giving out awards for offense and defense here.
That's great.
Later on.
That's
so
another great touch by Alumni Football USA. And, well, we'll have to take a look at the roster here.
Maybe Bill's got some stats over there. Bill, you got anybody that's real standing out defensively?
As a 28-point lead here in favor of Starmont. 1:02 to go. We'll try to get back in touch with Bill to help us out.
He doesn't have his tackle keeper tonight,
that's
so
right.
he doesn't know who his defensive player of the game would be for either team, huh?
I don't. Who keeps tackles?
Well, we know not you.
This is an offensive game. You keep all the offensive stats. You ask me one of those, I got her for you. And the problem is they're going to have to keep a record book here because they're going to have some records set here tonight.
Would it be in passing yards, Bill?
Passing yards, rushing yards, longest touchdown. They're going to have all kinds of records here tonight. Most points scored in a game.
Here's a bouncing ball kick. It's retrieved by Josh Steger inside the 35-yard line, and a hit on the sideline. That was, with your reaction, Bill, that was quite the hit on the far side right in front of you, huh? With 57 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter, the 28-point lead for Starmont.
That
seconds.
tackle right there. This is what this game's all about on that tackle. Zippy, he just got creamed down there by 4 guys. And they picked him up. 4 guys picked him up and says, "We got you, Zippy." So
Josh Zippy.
Guys know each other. This is Alumni football right here, boys.
Josh Zippy Steger, the 01 graduate of EDCO. That's
Zippy,
right.
Yeah, and the Starbucks guys know him. 4 of them helped him up.
Yeah, and EDCO's got a few names: Jason Suni Duran, Jason J. Steger, and Craig Toad Steger. Josh Zippy Steger, a few common nicknames. A lot of guys in high school had nicknames and still do, and those carry along with you in your years.
And I think Scott Arthur just gets called Art most of the time.
Art. With 50 seconds to go here in the fourth, 30-2. Here is the lead. Here for Starmont. EDCO coming up. Wegman, the left-handed quarterback, in there. Platooning with Mitch Brady throughout the night. Here's a handoff right side. Ball carrier Chad Mormon that time. Believe, 98 graduate. one of the Mormon brothers. 20 seconds to go. And Edco, let's see if they're going to try to run one more play on a second down at 11. As the Starmont defensive players trying to get everybody in the act. Mitch Baumgartner, the 07 graduate, out in his defensive back position. That's going to be it. And they're going to call it good right there. We'll try to get some post-game interviews.
Yeah, they were gonna call timeout. They wanted to run.
They're gonna let him
so he was gonna call timeout.
Untimed down.
The referee told him, you know what happened? Timeout. So I said, okay, run the play. Well, game is expired.
They're gonna let him run. No, they're saying no, they don't want to now. That's it.
Yeah. So what a great game, man.
No. Yes, indeed. 30-2 the final for Starmont. Stay with us. Our post game. We'll try to get a few more interviews here. We'll let you know the awards that are given out here tonight as well, as Starmont wins the first ever alumni football game as the final score here, 30-2. Starmont beating the Edco Vikings here, as we will come back. Post-game starts after this. The alumni game from Starmont High School football field from KMCH Sports. John, Jamie, Kevin, and Bill back with you from Starmont High School football field here tonight. The first alumni football game. Starmont and Edco officially in the books here tonight, as Starmont with the win in this one, 30-2, the final score. As the both teams, coaches, our Bill Logan is down in the middle of the field with the Alumni Football USA head man, Bob Cassette, leading a charge and then a prayer, and they just broke it up, and we'll hope Bill can catch up with a few people here, and what a tremendous event this was here tonight, as Starmont and Edco benefiting from this great fundraising event. The alumni now, a group picture between all the players coming up here now as the awards were given out. Starmont, Offensive Player of the Game, Jordan Odeffer. John Kepler gets the Defensive Player of the Game. Edco, Offensive Jason Duran. And Travis Leffelholtz, the Defensive Player of the Game, as the team picture being finished up here. And Bill Logan is down the middle of the field. Jamie Vasky.
Well, I tell you what, Swish, we talked about this throughout the game. Not very often you get to come up to Starmont and wear shorts to a football game up here, but I tell you what, this guy that's coming up next, he wears shorts no matter how cold it is, whether it's 70, 80 degrees like it was tonight or negative 20. Roger Reed always has shorts on when he's coaching football.
Yeah.
He's checking out his legs right now.
He is, because I just told him, Jamie's talking about your shorts. He goes, what's wrong with them? They're perfect. There's not a darn thing wrong with them, but we're here with Roger Reed. Roger, you didn't get here right away because you had another duty coaching softball here today, but man, what a fine spectacle here tonight. And you got about 70 kids out there that different colored jerseys on, but they're all out here for the common cause.
Well, you know, getting these guys together has been a lot of fun. You know, there's a lot of football talent out here and a lot of football memories, and that's been one of the most enjoyable things about being with this group is you know, they covered a lot of years of playing football, and you can go back and think on what team they played on, the plays they made, the seasons they had, you know, the memories that they left us as coaches, but the memories they left themselves. And to be able to put the gear on one more time and to be able to come out here and play, it's just been a load of fun. We've been practicing for six or 7 weeks, and, you know, a dozen, 2 dozen kids get together and we laugh and we joke that they've been working hard, and we just have a lot of fun.
And the nice part about it is they're all here for the common goal of, you know, yeah, they wanted to put the pads on again, but it was a huge fundraiser for both schools, and these kids, great job of giving back to their communities.
Oh, you're exactly right. You know, that's what it's all about. These guys have supported their communities. Some of them have moved away, a long way away. They made a special trip to come back and play in this game. And, you know, they brought people with them to support them, and that money goes back into our program, it goes back into Edco's program, and that's going to make those programs better. And, you know, that's a feel-good thing. You know, it's a feel-good thing, and it gives you a little bit of pride being able to have fun playing the game, but what you're doing is for the betterment of your school, the betterment of your community, and it's made it all worthwhile.
Well, and then now knowing the fact that you're going to have another one in EdCo next year, you've got a complete year to build on this thing. I talked about in the fourth quarter, I'll be a little shocked if each team doesn't have a few more players, realizing it was that much fun, wasn't it?
Well, you're exactly right. That's what they were talking about on the sideline. Okay, we're going to be back. They marked the date on the calendar. We'll be back next year, and they're each going to bring a couple more guys. And, that's what it's all about, getting together, and it's like a big family reunion. Starmont football's a family, and you get the family together for a big reunion, and you have fun playing a great game. So it's a win-win situation for everybody.
Well, thanks for coming out and helping with these guys, and I'm sure you want to go do some visiting with some of the former players. So thanks for coming out here tonight, Roger.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for covering. We appreciate that. And, there's a great crowd here. I guess they estimated about 1,500 people. And, I know there was a bunch of people listening because they were doing some other things in Strawberry Days and around. But a great job, a lot of fun. I'm sure Jamie had a lot of fun out there. I know you had a lot of fun covering the sideline. So thanks a lot.
Comments from Roger Reed from the Starmont coaching staff. And I want to see if I can get a hold of Coach. He's over there on the other side. But he did mention here in this huddle here in the center, he talked about a lot of neat things here, talking about what these kids did. Some of them, he didn't talk about how many miles, but he made a comment about how some of these kids came hundreds of miles to play this game tonight. And it's just, it's so neat how they did that. They gave out some extra awards. They gave out T-shirts to the 2 guys on each team that organized this thing. And like they said, about 48 hours after they were contacted, they pretty much had their team set. So what a tremendous job that they did here. A lot of these guys, they're supposed to go over there and they're supposed to take their helmets off and they're supposed to take the shoulder pads off and lay them over there. But look how long it's taking these guys to leave the field. It's almost like your senior night, type of thing, because a lot of these guys are over here talking to their friends and family and stuff. And, there's Starmont guys over here. There's Ed Coyote guys over here, and there wasn't any bad. Here's Trevor. Hey, Trevor, give us a word here. Trevor Hunt, they were wanting to know, you got to work in the morning?
No, I don't. I made sure I took this one off.
You commented. I asked you a couple times here in the second half, how you doing? You feeling okay? And you said you were, but the comment was, I got to put the jersey back on.
Right. I never thought I'd get the chance to do this again. This was amazing to be able to come out here, throw all this stuff on again, play again. This was easily my favorite sport in high school, so I love being able to do it again.
Well, thanks for coming back. This was a blast, and bring some more people with you.
Yeah, that's the plan. I heard there's already people interested in it for next year to add on to our numbers, so we're good to go.
Fantastic. Nice job tonight, Trevor.
Yeah, I tell you what, we learned something about Trevor here tonight. He's an athlete.
Yeah. He's an athlete.
You can see why football's his favorite sport, because he's very good at it.
You know what? He's got some pads on. He takes some pads off. He's still pretty well built. I never realized that when he's sitting behind that desk on Saturday mornings and whatnot, or when you talk to him. I'm glad I didn't have to line up on the other side against him tonight.
That's right, Coach.
Chase Coach Rochford down here yet. He's
Coach Millis is over there too.
Yep, Miller's here. Rochford, I haven't found him here. I think he's gone out of here. We'll get Coach Millis here as he's making the rounds here, shaking everybody's hand, and we'll get some comments from him here shortly. As he's one of the ones that had to put in some extra time, trying to organize this thing and get things going. So we're going to get Coach Millis here. Coach, I want to thank you on behalf of both communities for the extra effort that you had to put in to try to get these guys together and put this thing together and get it somewhat organized. And it was just, it was a heck of a lot more organized than I kind of thought it would be. And that's hats off to you and your coaching staff and Starmont's coaching staff.
Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate that. There were times we looked uglier and uglier, but it's like the first game of the year and almost like the first JV game of the year. It got to that point. The guys had a good time, and I told those guys before the ball game, they were crazy for doing it. They were crazy back when they played for me, and they were crazy enough to play football at Edco when we were maybe not that great. So I loved them to death, and I'm glad that they got a chance. You see so many kids uptown after they graduate that said, what I wouldn't do to lace them up one more time. These guys put the work in and wanted to come out and do it, and it's just a great feeling. A lot of fun. I've been retired from active coaching for 5-6 years, and so getting back and doing this, it was fun. And I mean that's why we do it.
Exactly, and it was such a nice crowd here. Both communities really embraced this thing, and now with another year to go, you've got some guys that are some great recruiters here. I'm sure you'll end up with some more players, and now that you know a little bit more about what this thing really does entail, I think some of these players, they had so much fun tonight that, I think you're going to have more guys to try to figure out how you're going to get them in a ball game next year.
Well, I hope so. I hope more kids want to come out and play. I were some kids that just couldn't make it. They live in all over now, and some of them are working. They got jobs. Life kind of prevents you going out and being a kid again, and that's where I'm really fortunate because hats off to my wife. I love her to death. When I told her I was going to do this thing, she said, "So now you found a way to coach for less money than you used to coach for." I said, "Yeah, I've been working on it, dear. I got it done." So I love her to death for letting me go through all this, and I think a lot of guys that maybe next year it works out and they can play for us, and that's what I want. I want a ton of experience. I told them all, get in the ball game. You paid your $100 and you played for me for 4 years, so go out and have a good time. We did do that. It was spirited out there. We didn't look great, but we had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. I spent the first half on the one sideline, came over to the Edco sideline here in the second half, and it was just a blast being able to listen to the guys, talk to the guys, and then I know you were having fun right here at the end, talking to people that came and support this thing, and what a huge support by the communities, and all these kids to be able to give back to their community and their school, because both schools really benefited tremendously from this tonight.
Yeah, that's true. That was a great thing. We made a lot of money. We enjoyed that, the heck out of it. But from a personal standpoint, I bet we got 60 guys out there that would line up and play in a cow pasture in front of nobody who used to play football, and that's what I love. They just love the game, and just like I love the game. So I get a chance to hang around it one more time. That's why I kept coaching, because I love the game so much. It allowed me to hang around on the edge and let other guys make memories, and now they got a little bit more of a memory, and got a lot of happy guys over there that they just got to line up and play.
Well, I know you want to go talk to some more of those guys, so thanks for visiting with us. Thanks for putting your time and effort into this great cause, and we'll see you next year.
And thank you guys for covering it and letting people listen to it, because I know it means a lot. Some of these guys never got to hear their name on the radio, so thank you.
Great comments from Coach Millis there. And guys, I tell you what, we're going to go to Edco next year and do this thing next year, and you guys got to stay up in the press box, because it's just so much fun down here on the sideline talking to all these guys. These guys sat here tonight. I would hate to guess how many of them talked about lacing up the jerseys again, the shoulder pads. One of them came over here from Edco, and I don't remember which one it was, big number 75. His straps on his shoulder pads broke. So he's over there trying to tie a shoestring together to get that shoulder pad put back together so he could go back in and play. That's the kind of spirit that these guys had here tonight. They're all over here visiting tonight, and these guys going to have a lot of fun. Edco people aren't probably going to all go back to Edgewood. The Strawberry Days today. I'll bet you most of them will stay in town tonight. There's going to be a heck of a party uptown here tonight. And, if I was 22 years old, I'd probably be right back there with them, but I'm too old for that now.
Oh, thank you for all your efforts tonight, Bill. Great job, great interviews, and great talk, and it just shows what kind of event this is. There's still some Edco players down there with their wives, their little ones, little babies who never saw Daddy in a football uniform before, and taking pictures and talking, and some family around, and just a great atmosphere here, and putting the pads away down and to our right, still family gathering and people talking, and just a great event here, and I think more and more people in the area will be interested. The number one goal tonight, no one got to hurt, little bangs and bruises, some sores, of course, in the morning, but I think every one of them will say, boy, is it more than worth it to be able to be out here and make experiences like this, just life experiences, and getting together with old friendships, and really relationships is about what life is about, Shooky, and you had the special connection of both these schools, coaching, teaching, Edco, graduate of Starmont, so this means a lot to people affected by these two schools in your life.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of those things, one of those links between these two communities that, when they intermarry, it becomes, I marry an Edco grad, I marry a Starmont grad, or I move to Strawberry, I move to Edgewood, move to Colesburg, Starmont, Arlington, Lamont. This is, football's a big deal around here. It's in the blood of the communities, and it's one of those things that it's traditional. And, you know, it's just a tradition to come out on a Friday night and cheer for your team, even if they're not very good or if they are great. You know, come out, listen to the band, and do all these wonderful things here. This is Iowa. That's what it is, and it's a wonderful experience.
Small town Iowa, no doubt about that, and we appreciate all the support here tonight of getting the broadcast on the air. As we start to wrap up here, we figure there will be some interest in from the players that did not get to hear the broadcast here tonight. Want to remind you that you can access it on our YouTube channel. Jamie, fill us in on information how to get on that on YouTube. So this recording, it's all been taped tonight, and it will be available for people on YouTube.
Well, it is, and we started that, I think, wrestling this winter.
Yeah.
We started putting games and meets on the YouTube, and it's on just go to YouTube and search KMCH Radio. There's a page there. And this should be one of the first ones up there in the next couple days.
Yep.
We'll get that one put up there right away, and just click on it, and you can listen to it whenever you want, wherever you're at. If you're gonna head on a road trip and you've got a mobile device, you can pull it up right there and listen to it. It's a great thing because, you know, people call in and just say, hey, it's on YouTube. But I tell you what a great night. And I told you before this game started, if we were going to have 3 guys up here, I wanted to be on the sideline. That seemed like it was a good time down there with those guys going, with those guys playing. And I tell you what, the sense of humor as you get older, probably, you know, you didn't have to watch your mouth on the sideline tonight, I'm sure.
Me?
Well, not you.
Oh, yeah.
The players.
Oh, not me.
You never watch.
He always has to watch his mouth.
We've always got our finger on the volume with you, buddy.
Exactly.
We've wanted to invest in a delay button for years because of you.
Exactly. They invented it for somebody, so I'm taking advantage of it. That's technology for you. But, man, this was so fun tonight. You know, it's baseball and softball season, Shook, but man,
I know it.
This was a blast.
It sure was. It was just a treat.
Yes, indeed. Here at Starmont High School football field, putting the wraps on this one. Thanks to all the people involved. Rhonda Minson for the great sales connections there, getting the sponsors here tonight for Mike Johnson, Program Director, Jackie Coates, allowing us to do it. Kevin Shookman, Jamie Vasky, Bill Logan, everybody involved. Abby Becker back in the studio to get this one involved. Everybody that helped us get information, with Casey Hack to Luke Brady to Matt Lee as well, as we won't forget about wrapping this one up the right way with Bill Logan, our sideline man. I want to take a look at those stats here before we close things up. And Jamie's making you...
He was all packed up, ready to go. We ain't going to let him get away with that.
Making you scramble for those stats.
But you see how fast I got him out? I had him here because I figured you were going to do that.
Getting ready to call him into the Gazette. He's got him.
There you go. You know, I probably should be calling the Gazette tonight because this should be in the paper tomorrow. You know, and I think as this thing gets going, I'll bet you they could get even more coverage next year, knowing the fact they got a year ahead of time. But
then, and other area teams getting involved too.
Oh,
the interest should be there.
A lot of area teams. They were talking about, you know, the Starmont guys in the first half. That, you know, I don't know if they're going to renew this one particular, but Starmont's already been approached by North Fayette to try to do it 2 years from now with a 2-year contract with North Fayette and Starmont. So, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, now these kids got a chance to put the uniform on. They want to do it every year now, and for the great cause and everybody out here. They told us out there in the middle of the field there was over 1,300 tickets sold here tonight, and that's just tremendous for 2 schools that are this size. I mean, that's probably everybody in both towns. You know, so great job here tonight, and just fantastic. The stats here for tonight, you know, they're not overwhelming. The defense has kind of took over. It's hard to get a good offense going when you can't really put anything together. I guess I was impressed by how much they really did do. For Starmont, they had 40 rushes tonight for 111 yards, 6 out of 14 passing for 123 yards. So 234 yards of offense. So pretty consistent. They had 168 at halftime. So, you know, not a lot in that second half, but, you know, they threw the ball 14 times. I didn't get a chance to ask Matt about that, but, you know, they threw the ball 14 times, which is un-Starmont-like. For Edco tonight, they ran the ball 33 times for 35 yards. Too many negatives. You know, they got sacked a few times and cut into that. 4 out of 14 passing for 75 yards. They had 110 yards of offense. And, you know, there was a comment over there towards the end of the third quarter that, you know, it was 14-0 at halftime, and towards the end of the third quarter, the score was 14-2. And they were talking about win the second half, baby. You know, so, I mean, that's the kind of attitude and what they had going over there. So, you know, everybody was having fun. And, you know, that tackle over there and that kickoff was probably the highlight of the night, you know, for me. Zippy got the ball, 4 guys tackled him, and they all helped him up. The way to go is, you know, the other team calling him by name and helping him up. You know, that's what it was about here tonight because, you know, these guys were probably pretty good rivals through the years, but pretty friendly here tonight, all for the common goal.
Absolutely. Just a great experience for both these two teams to get back on the field, the coaches, everybody involved, to relive this one more time at Starmont High School for now. The next year we'll bring at Edgewood at Edco High School football field for the second year of this contract. And we thank Alumni Football USA for being this organization that really puts it all together with the help of the community people and the teams and players and coaches involved. And we're glad to be involved with it tonight here at Starmont High School. And once again, we appreciate all our sponsors, our 44 sports boosters, and our 31 extra alumni game sponsors here tonight. Edgewood Flavor, Woods Edge Golf Course, also Mod Squad Construction, Edgewood Pump Service, Farmers Savings Bank, Ray's Excavating, Edgewood Locker Event Center, Crop Production Services, Bi-County Disposal, CNL Drainage, Edgewood Feed Mill, Welterland Motors, Everett's Auto Parts, and also by...
I tell you what, the Starmont folks got in there as well. Citizen State Bank, Fenton Repair, Leonard Muller Funeral Home, Subway, Farmer Savings Bank, Strawberry Computing, Rod and Kells, which a lot going on at Rod and Kells this weekend for Strawberry Days, D&M Construction, Community Insurance, Edgewood Auto and Tire, Del Clay Farm Equipment, Cornerstone Family Practice, Edgewood Convalescent Home, Community Savings Bank, Kendrick Forest Products, and Final Electric.
Yes, indeed. Once again, thanks to Rhonda Menson and all the support back at the station on the sales side of things with Sarah and Mike and Jackie and everybody to help us cover sports, not just high school sports, but after high school sports here. And we're glad to bring it to you here tonight from Starmont High School. For my partners here tonight, once again, thanks for all the support, all the information given to us here to get ready for this game. For Bill Logan, Jamie Vasky, Kevin Shookman, in-studio producer Abby Becker. Once again, the final here tonight in the first ever alumni game between the Stars and the Vikings. It's Starmont over Edgewood Colesburg by the final 30-2. Hope you enjoyed the coverage tonight. Have yourselves a good rest and safe of your weekend, everybody. And good night from Starmont High School football field.